record with these two teams, 15-5 all time in favor of Sentinels. But most recently, 100 Thieves came away with the win.
They did, yeah.
This year, 2026, maybe a new start for 100 Thieves, because they have looked like the better team, to be honest with you, this year. And I think that most people would expect them to be the favorites. 100 Thieves looked like they were one of those dark horse teams that might have had a shot to make it to Santiago. Certainly got their eyes on London.
Well, here's a scrap early on, up towards window. Players already in mid. Potentially being caught there, maybe on the cross. Do they know that they are close? Timotino going to be biding his time here, and he spotted all sorts of players and just waits for the right time to strike. 100 Thieves, they just jump on him, pouncing on the chance. Immediate pivot up into garage, though. All that C space is going to be gathered up. One player towards the back, that's just Cryo, looking to hold them all the way. Back for now, biding his time, waiting for the team to regroup.
They're going to need some big shots out of Decisive, for example. Go roaming into garage. They need to make a play here, Sen.
Yeah, proactivity is the name of the game, but it seems like 100 Thieves maybe one step ahead of it, though. The shot's just going a little bit wide there. Jonah P just dominating into that position, still lined up. And a collection of kills at the end of the day for 100 Thieves here. Puts them on the board nice and early with a pistol.
It's a nice anticipation of a really common pistol round from 100 Thieves. They've got a setup that explores, or rather counters the exploration towards B. They've got a trap play. You bait. Nobody looks for Timotino, and he gets a freebie. A rough start for Joe on the big stage, going down instantly there as the first kill. But I'm sure we got more. I've got my eyes on this Neon head-to-head, you know?
Yeah.
Because I think, now there's been some conversation about 100 Thieves as to, like, should they put Arsenal on the Neon? Should they have Timotino on the Neon? I like the way that they've currently got it set up, but range of opinions.
Yeah,
and Joe, he's hotly anticipated.
He is. There's a lot of expectations behind this Sentinel squad, and they're playing like it. They've got themselves a bit of a force buy occurring. 4 players with Stingers.
Camera taken out.
Camera's getting broken early. That should be alarm bells ringing and already making moves into the side. Jerwin diffs his adversary just with the Bucky. Molly up towards the top, though. A lot of damage being done. That Utah's going to be flying up overhead from 100 Thieves, but for now, waiting it out.
Sen choosing to finish up towards C twice here. Bucky doesn't get the kill at close range.
Yeah, Jerwin's going to be pushed off there. He needs the rest of his team, I think, to try and hold this one back, because now it's evened out.
The Stingers are really good in these positions, though.
They definitely are. A lot on the shoulders of some of these players that are flash forwards. Just trying to redirect the aim there, but the Stingers eventually getting a few kills. Bang! Traded out eventually, but now just Laura left alone to do it all. Sentinels, the force works out in their favor.
I think they'll be very happy about that one. Got themselves into a position where they could, and maybe even use the ideas from the previous round. Oh, it looks like 100 Thieves are playing C a little weak here. We can get onto site with these lighter weapons, get into post-plant positions at close range. Even with the near sight, with the recoil going all over the place, Redux was still able to get value.
100 Thieves now knocked down into that eco. Stack and group up towards that A lobby.
Looking to take a little bit of a trap over on the A side of the map. Playing C for Retake again here. This has been a theme that Sen might be able to read into. Yeah, Jonah P's already used a recon dart over there. Might have heard the cam go up, though I assume that was a pre-barrier cam.
And Sentinels just don't want to rush into anything here, as you can imagine.
No, but they've got actually quite a nice situation where there's a couple of players with light weaponry. For example, I don't mind if Jonah P goes walkabouts this round.
Yeah.
He's only got a Stinger. You don't mind donating that too badly.
Take some risks, maybe get a little bit closer to that ult.
Well, he's just droned and found that the whole of the C site is empty again. Jerwin wanders in.
Yeah, already spotting. I mean, there's a lot of presence down towards A short, so that's going to be surely the call to speed up over towards C. Timotino's going to be dropped. It's not going to be disappointed too much to it. He does have his ult for the next round.
Yeah, the next round's the important one. Here, Sentinels have just got in super easily.
Yeah.
Jonah P will be looking for a kill here in the post plant as well, just to get his Hunter's Fury online. But Sen really should have identified a theme at this point that C has been played for Retake. I'd like to see 100 Thieves adjust that for the next round.
Yeah. Cryo is just begging somebody to walk into garage there, but it looks like very disciplined play from 100 Thieves.
Jonah P's gonna go walkabouts. Like, he wants to die or get a kill in this spot, so he doesn't mind contesting these players looking to die to spike.
Gets him one step closer. The smoke in his face.
Go on, does he get one? Or does he die?
I mean, it's awkward to push through that, isn't it?
Yeah, but...
At some point, he's going to have to push forwards.
Yeah. It's still the right play, even if you go down, so got to send it.
And
I reckon he takes one.
Well, waits out the dart. He's going to go for it. Takes out one, probably, surely. Got to go for it, though. Got to swing. Oh! All good.
There we go. He still gets his ult online. As we said, it's the correct decision to go for that. So now you get to see what the game plan is. Sentinels with John QT back in the IGL in seat. A big point of discussion for them heading into stage 1. How good is their read about what 100 Thieves have been up to here? It's been C for Retake. And now Arsana's over there and looking like he's pretty alone to begin. Vora might be able to provide some assistance, but this is a very weak hold again on the C side.
Yeah. Very spread in terms of the Sentinel util too. No real coverage over towards Garage. Sentinels, though, throw a bit of that default A-short utility. Now they're going to go exploring, looking for the rest of the map.
Yeah, looking to do something maybe a bit more standard on the bonus.
It's half armor. And a lot of these players, so German could definitely get some value. What is this by Timotino? What an aggro push alone.
I mean,
with the runner back. Yeah, I don't know when he popped that.
The walking
Didn't hit a sound
ultimate.
cue.
Yeah, well, he was deliberately keeping it very silent, wasn't he?
Yeah. Intriguing. That'll be why Sentinels were just sitting all the way back here. Still looking to square up once more. Jerwin activating. Timotino and Vora dropped at a moment's notice here. Asana now. Horrible spot to be in like that. Jumping Neon into your face and the crosshair placement just completely disrupted. Sentinels allowed to clean up the rest.
Good movement from Jerwin as well there. Getting in behind his wall, jumping around, playing in the second player. Get a replay of those 2 kills in Garage too. You were pointing it out. There was a lot of light armors on 100 Thieves. Can't really get away with that. I mean, maybe they're thinking we can get away with that more on the defense side because you're unlikely to be running the Outlaw as much on attack, but Jerwin gives a big punish for that, and it's a fantastic start to the game from Sentinels.
Yeah. They're off to an amazing lead, even off the back of losing that pistol around the Force. Just fully keeping that momentum going now.
And we've just seen their week 1 opponents, Crew, come out with a massive win over NRG. So that already might have started to alter people's calculus of how good Sentinels looked in week 1.
Listen, there's one thing about the Sentinels fan base.
What?
Overreacting.
Oh, right, okay.
Yeah, that's what I was going to say.
I could say a few more things.
I mean, people, they like to call for people's heads often.
But, I mean, SEN were also in a really tough position last week, weren't they?
They were. I mean, they were playing with a sub.
They were playing with a sub.
Yeah.
Jonapi's mouse wasn't plugged in.
Mako's mouse pad was missing.
Yeah.
We were in chaos.
Yeah, we were in chaos.
There's one for the old heads. Yeah.
But if they can come out with a really nice victory today against 100 Thieves, a team that a lot of people have got eyes on as like one of those dark horse squads with potential. I think that's a massive victory.
Yeah, it is. Because this is a competitive group, as already shown.
And I can tell you, Rob Moore cares about whether they're better than 100 Thieves.
Yes, greatly.
I think the fans do too. Both of these orgs have gone back for so long at VCT and have been competing for, I would say, like similar portions of the fan base. And SEN has, generally speaking, come out on top. Like we were saying, 15-5. The long-term head-to-head between these teams. Obviously, super, super different rosters, though. 100 Thieves actually looking more similar, if anything, compared to the past.
Absolutely. Timeout taken for 100 Thieves, though. They need to make some adjustments here. Been losing a lot of control of the rest of the map. In that instance, it was just they had nothing in Garage, right? No Sentinel util at all, so they had to go exploring, putting their bodies on the line for it, and German happy to snap them up. They have forced together a bit of a semblance of a buy, but...
It's light armors everywhere again.
Yeah, again.
Yes, this should work. This is a nice spot.
They'll be happy to know, though, Sentinels. Not really thinking about that. There's no Outlaws in play for them.
No, they upgraded to full rifles at this point. And they're still reaping the rewards of being able to force up and win that round too.
Big ults. Jonapi's had this one for quite some time here.
That's an interesting.
Where did that one go?
Interesting stun lineup as well from Asana. He's throwing the stun whilst playing short there. So he stuns into A lobby, but he's still got the judge ready to punish any kind of like fast short aggression.
Drone being used quite early here by Vora, looking to get a bit more information, understand what's happening here. And it's a drone use on either side. Joan happy to take some space off the back of it, seeing that a lot of A long is clear. Very cautious so far. sitting at that minute mark.
Well, I think John specifically wants to try to find out how weak the C site is again. You know, you can see him walking up there, thinking about how far can I extend? Am I going to get punished? But Sentinels have told him, told the IGL, hey, we're getting a ton of space for free over here at A long.
Dart broken just by the one player here, so now the fast line's going to be going up. Doesn't give away too much now, but Vora's going to be overwhelmed at a moment's notice. What?
You spoke too soon!
I definitely did. Spins around 180s across the board and just absolutely dismisses the Sentinel approach. It's up to John now and Cortezia.
30 seconds left.
Can you pick up the pieces? Can you make something of it? But a spike is out of your grasp. Asuna, he's low here. Just a jiggle, baiting the shots through the box. Weak enough. Cortezia, though, eventually traded. Now it's up to John in a 1v3. Two players all the back to the sides. They're making noise in the process. 12 seconds remaining. He's got to get a bit of a move on here. Time, pressure on him now. Looking to see if he can pull this last player out into the open, but the time is being played to perfection. Bang. Plays to his win cons. Buys time for Cryer to enter the picture too.
Beautiful finish there from Bang, who's been performing well for this 100 Thieves squad. Bounce between the two organizations. 7-1 right now. Shuts down John QT, who was a juggernaut. Look at this play, though, from Vora. I mean, that is... I mean, it is tough. You said he's going to get overwhelmed at some point because, in theory, Joan should be able to, like, pressure him from behind. The play's in front.
Yeah.
He found the perfect timing to delete Joan and spin back to those other people trying to flood into his sight. Great anchoring from the Sova.
Now an adjustment of the Sentinel setup once more this time, though. Sentinels set their sights over towards C. Garage at the same time, looking for a bit of a split in here.
First time we're seeing Bang anchor, which means paranoia to stop these players.
Thrown in spot Asuna, though. He's looking to hunt down Jerwin. Rifle in hand, still traded. Bang. Instantly on it. Hunter's Fury, though, rips its way across. Wall to see if you can safely cross. Timatino's being beamed down, barely alive. Yet it doesn't matter. Takes out Cortezia, plant down. QT going to be sticking this one here, and there's a game of timings. Timatino, what a brave maneuver, already moving past it, but John gets his eye onto that backside position.
The only player that they didn't know the position of, and John swings.
Right to him. Potentially puts them into the winning spot, and already 100 Thieves looking to consider different options, perhaps. Back themselves up, but as that smoke fades, dissipates, Vora wins a fight. Redux, low as anything, sitting towards the back here. Oh my, Cryo beaming, locking on. Jonah P, one shock dart, already defused, going to be kicking in, and Odin in his hands. What can he do from this spot? Damage done. Vora, it's a tap. He wants to pull Jonah P out into the open. Time. Vora down to the wire. It still claims it in the end.
30 HP and Vora comes away with it. That's 2 rounds back to back where he has been the important player for 100 Thieves. Great performance there. This is in a 2v3 disadvantaged situation that they brawl back in, and the SEN players not really working off each other's contact. Redux was 8 HP. I would expect him to be the player taking the contact and then John to swing off, but John was on an off angle, missed his shot, and basically everyone just plays their ones in that situation.
Yeah, perhaps a little bit of evidence there that Sentinels haven't had a lot of scrim time with this full roster. Imagine they would still be practicing with German, but...
Yeah, you see Vora's positioning all the way back in spawn at this point. Yeah. He's looking to play off his ultimate if this is a pop into the B site. Trip gets broken early, so Vora's going to be on high alert. They've also got pretty good information here over towards A, 100 Thieves, so they're thinking very heavily about Garage and B finishes.
Yeah.
And now going for a bit of exploration with the drone.
Enemy tagged.
Cortezia will break that. It's pretty important to do so. Keeping 100 Thieves guessing.
You don't really want to let Sentinels into the site here. This is one where 100 Thieves should be trying to play more aggressive. If you let John get that pit down, it can be a disaster.
Bang, TP for info. Guess he knows what he was looking for. Flash forwards, John.
Good reaction.
He's ready, isn't he? Usually takes it out. Deep pit now into B. This is going to be really quite difficult to deal with, but it just threatens to lurk now while the rest of his team creeps up A. Bang. Forwards into the smoke. Anticipates that something is off about this 30 seconds, but not ready for the double face. Good coordination from Sentinels.
They're really nice. Both pushing into the smoke from opposite directions makes it almost impossible for Bang to get both.
Plant down now. 100 Thieves is still going to make a go for this. Cryo, Vora, Asuna. Massive player disadvantage, and that Look, opportunities for Cortezia. Yeah, he could absolutely be destroying them here, but it's spotted out by Cryo. They're already giving it up. They want to try and go for the save here, knowing, though, that their exits blocked off. Asuna really putting his body on the line here to see if he can play the rest of his team in, but more of that came from Cryo. Just battering his way through, all just to keep the guns alive.
Both of these Sentinel players, very strong aimers, but I think Cortezia will be very happy about that one.
Yeah.
Gets a kill, gets a death, lockdown online. Another tool for IGL John Cutie to play around here. And I think SEN have been doing a great job about getting into these sites. They've been in an enormously large amount of post-plant positions, and that's how you win rounds on the attack. John even with a funky play there, pitting in to create pressure B as his team's going A.
Watch your eye!
There's that kill earlier.
Yeah, it's not a bad idea from Timotino either, but he just doesn't quite think about the close left corner.
Impeccable kill.
The only spot where John could be, where he gets the kill on Timotino before he gets flashed. MBS not very happy though.
Yeah. Solid position though for Sentinels. Coming into this matchup, swinging Timotino. Molly, straight through the gap there, lands onto a little box.
I think he's hoping to hear the deployment of the turret on that headshot box.
Catch the player lurking there, maybe?
Yeah, and it's supposed to catch Cortezia.
Steadily, though, they're going to walk all the way up to the camera. Spotting that contact, trips as well in front of them, but it's going to be broken instantly. Dart towards the back, Jerwin. Again, leading that charge for the rest of his team. Backside control, still there for 100 Thieves, but the second wave of things, Hunter's Fury forward with the flash. A whole bunch of players collected. Oh, what a shot by Cortezia. And the overdrive popped up in the hands of Jerwin, enough to seal the deal.
Dominance from Sentinels there. Just controlling that front portion of the site. They're even going to optimize in this spot. Give the plant over to Jonah P. Get closer to that Hunter's Fury. Really clean stuff. The game plan from 100 Thieves is pretty simple, right? They're going to try to anchor heavily with Cryo. Timotino comes in to provide support. And then as Vora uses his Sova ultimate, you flash with it. And in theory, Timo can, you know, mop up some kills. Cryo can dive inside of a smoke and play aggressive. Cryo actually didn't push with Timotino. So that, I think, is something that 100 Thieves will need to work on. But also, Timo just kind of missed a bunch of the shots. Sentinels were all jumping around, movements really difficult to hit, and counter-spamming against him. Avora's been struggling for money this entire half.
Yeah.
And he's still only got 300 credits to his name.
You would like to keep the gun.
Yeah, this one's expensive.
For Sentinels, though, they don't have to worry about that one. Business is booming. They are perfectly happy to throw themselves against Vora to see if they can take that gun out of their hands. So far, it is looking pretty close to perfection for Sentinels.
It's really clean. It's quite a slow, controlled game that John is calling. And
is that earlier play?
Giving them a lot of time to be able to work on the small details. John has got some really good counter spam there. Andy was playing anti-flash. But I think, you know, 100 Thieves don't play that perfectly. I'd like Cryo to be a bit more connected with the play.
Sure. Money getting knocked again for 100 Thieves. Put Sentinels once more. Pretty good spot here. Opting into the Outlaw. Again, Jerwin tracking the money. He knows what's up. Adjustments across the board with the setup. There's no quite, not like an eco stack on the side of 100 Thieves here. They are still spread out. Yeah,
previous eco round, they were looking to gamble.
Wow, what a shot by Timotino. Okay.
Just looking to shoot.
Yeah, takes his one, gets out as well, so he doesn't overstay. In fact, he's going back towards A long. Stop though. Spots out Jerwin, and he hears that shot too with the Outlaw. Noted. You're going to pump your ultimate around like this? Okay. Going to go for it. Doesn't seem like the best value in the world.
The Phoenix ults from Timo have been a little shocking, actually, in this half so far.
Deep drone, 45 seconds left. Sentinels, they don't really have pivot options here. Has to land over towards A, and that's exactly where 100 Thieves are. Molly is actually perfect timing onto that one. This is a lockdown that was primed by Cortezia. He's looking to try and take this one entirely, but they are smoked off. Overdrive popped off. 100 Thieves are opting in entirely here. Abundance of ults and util being used to see if we can clear these players out, but Cortezia holds it back. Still alive here now with the rifles. You can swing through and take these fights together. Chip down to absolutely nothing at all, but Redux takes matters into his own hands, steps forwards, bang, and Cryo are there. Time, spike drop down, lockdown will have to be respected.
10 seconds left.
waiting out the wall. 8 seconds remaining. And the plant down. Surely Cortezia is safe in a position like this. Tucked tight. So breathing room forward, but still the damage done. These players are weak. Bang. But to that high ground. Reveals his position. Jerwin is healthy. He might have to be the player to put a stop to all of this. Deep smoke, looking to see if he can track the corners, but combined, yeah, Cortezia. And Jerwin make sure to shut it all down.
Well, they make Sentinels sweat, but again, controlled actually, even in the chaos. They had to go towards A. It was the stacked site, but Redux swinging through. He manages to mitigate some of that enormous pressure that Cortezia was under. And then Cortezia combines with Jerwin to close out the round. Better weapons, obviously. 100 Thieves invest a couple of ultimates too. The team one we were talking about ended up actually, you know, maybe buying some time. You could argue that it put them into a winnable position, but Asuna also popped the overdrive when things looked like they might be able to win just based on the clock. Don't mind it, but didn't work, and it's now going to set them back again as SEN. This next rifle round coming up is an opportunity for Sentinels to completely run away with this half. They're 6-3. If they get this, they're going to start chaining up to some more rolls. They're going to start knocking the 100 Thieves economy back down again. Yeah. And they're just going to run away with things. This is desperation for 100 Thieves, and that's why they've used their second timeout of the half already, of the map already.
Yep. For Sentinels, though, gotta say as well, given all the pressure that's on these players' shoulders, whether you think it's valid or not, they are performing well underneath all of it. You've got to imagine, off the back of that performance last week, you know, Jerwin coming in, he's got the world on his shoulders essentially to perform, but the whole team doing well.
Yeah, they are. Yeah, they're looking nicely structured, like they've got a good system. They all understand what their role is. I like the idea of putting Redux onto the Omen as well, because he's the second guy in here, really, isn't he? He's, I mean, I hesitate to say it, but he's your aggressive Tens-esque Omen player behind Jerwin, right? Where he's...
They yearn for Tens on a roster.
Oh, little set play here. Looking to try to punish Vora early with a paranoia.
Yeah, they are, but the rest of the pack is not really with this one. This is all fake pressure by Jerwin, looking to see if he can pull as many players as possible, while the rest of them go over towards that C site, but...
That's a crazy cook of a round.
It is. Shut down in a moment. It has gone a little bit topsy-turvy. Jerwin has a lot of space, but he doesn't know where these players could be, and Cryo does good to account for that one. Ult immediately ripped off to get more of a semblance of what's going on in this round.
They're going to look to salvage things by ending up towards B. Pressure's on Asuna.
Yeah, certainly is. Wall up. Bullets fired. Jonah P steps forwards to be that first one in.
Pausing the round just to see if they can bait something out of 100 Thieves, but SEN that have to make a play.
Pixel angle. Asuna just plucks Jonah P straight out of the picture.
Last player
Jonah P, John QT, I should say, also going to be caught out there.
I think this round is a nice idea for Sentinels coming out of the tactical timeout. Throw something weird, something different, something fast. Knock off the tempo the 100 Thieves are expecting.
Yeah.
It just didn't work. I mean, the set play itself, a teleport over into this corner at the very beginning, and then you get a deep paranoia to try to punish in, and then your Omen goes and teleports across to the C site. They were cooking this round. This round, the coaches drew up something crazy.
Cortezia going to try and find access to the C site. It is open, but in a 1v4, he would need a miracle. He'd need mistakes to be made here already. Blinded up. The protocol's in place here, so 100 Thieves win the round out critically, not losing too many players, 4 alive.
Yeah. And that's a really important one for 100 Thieves to put on the board, because it now means that their economy is going to be good for the rest of the half, what remains anyway. You know, there were still chances there, even when the round had gone askew. If Jerwin had been able to make a little more of his insert position at Graffiti. Either way.
Much better, guys. Let's go.
Yeah, you're not going to get a round like that again, though. You know, that is not repeatable for 100 Thieves, because SEN are not going to be running set plays out of their strat book over and over and over again to end the half. Yeah. I can't imagine when they've been having so much success playing the slower default game.
100 Thieves still looking to cook up something. There's a flash held out here to Matino. Maybe just looking to use that one off a couple of sound cues. But the timer ticks down regardless. Jerwin making presence. Shock darts across the map there. That's going to clear that trip in front B.
100 Thieves have already put 2 bodies though, in this area. And Timo goes re-exploring, so they know now, especially with the drone, that things are ending towards A. Timo might have a timing, but there's a turret at his back.
Yeah, there is. Whole team, though. Sentinel's going to be keeping their eyes trained on this A site now, but they've got to try and dissect most of this site up. The smoke's already causing issues for them. Cryo trying to dominate it now. Yuri! Whoa! What a position! Jonah P cleaves through two of them. And Cryo eventually mopped up towards the end. Timotino was trying to activate onto the flank. Got past the turret. They have to be aware of this one here. Plant fallback site, knowing that the flank is compromised. Timotino, deep flash, and crossfire setup is there. Jonah P, what a round!
Triple kill for him with a beautiful ultimate. He might be in a different jersey, but don't forget the name. This guy is one of the best players on supportive roles that we have in Americas. He was phenomenal in previous years, setting up that G2 squad. And I think he's been critical for them today as well, just in terms of his info gathering. Yeah. And there with a big round.
It is big as well for Jonah P, shaking off that previous map that we saw. There's one more round left to play for. We're not in that. Listen, it's not a halftime just yet. Still got one more. Let's not cut it off too early.
They're willing to call it on 100 Thieves already. It's crazy. Give him one more chance at least. 7-4 here, as we are pretty close to ender in the half. 100 Thieves running a similar defensive setup where only Bang is at home, but Timotino can come and help. I like Bang as an anchor player. I think he would be able to hold on to any C pressure. But look, it does feel like SEN have got their run of this area of the map.
Yeah, definitely.
They don't feel under that much pressure going and walking towards grass and mid.
And Haven can be a playground for IGLs. Working them up, picking apart the util, shots through the door. Timotino in trouble, narrowly escaping death.
And all of this pressure towards mid and towards garage, and SEN are just walking down A long.
Yeah.
And this is Vora without a drone. We've seen a recon dart come over to gain a bit of information in A long before, but Thieves are leaving a lot of space here for SEN to do what they want. Run fakes.
Here, yeah, Jerwin is going to try and pull attention. There are a lot of players of 100 Thieves moving over towards A. But I think they sniffed it out now. It's not enough util behind the aiming, caught out into the open. Timotino can't claim that kill. TP, deep in, Redux looking to try and get that plant off, but thinks twice against it. The shot's through into that smoke. John QT opening up towards the A site. Potentially giving that pivot option again, but drifted in and out of the smoke. Asuna eventually catching his sightlines onto Jonah.
They're all taking kill the lurker!
There's no time at all. Running back through to Timotino. He can stay his ground here. Rest of the team following up. 100 Thieves get that 5th round to make it a little bit more even.
What a crazy situation. Great scenario for 100 Thieves to be pivot, to be agile. Timotino finally gets some big value out of an ultimate there towards the end as well. But that was a struggle of a half. And Sentinels come away with 7 big ones, mostly powered up. If you think all the way back from that second round force, it made a massive difference to their chances.
Let's go, boys! Let's go!
But Bang seems happy with their recovery.
Definitely recovered well. We're going to send it down over to the floor. Liz is standing by with some very special guests.
Thank you so much, Brennan Sideshow. And yes, I'm here in the co-stream booth. Some very special guests. It's Meili and Josh Secchi here joining me. Yes, give it up for both of them. You were talking a bit earlier. This is your first time in the Riot Games arena. Talk to me. What is it, the environment with the SEN fans and the 100 Thieves fans? This is the clout match of North America.
Yeah. It's very hype and exciting here. Hearing everyone cheer, just like being actually here to just hear the crowd is very different than experiencing it at home on stream or something.
Now, some people at home might be recognizing you because when Mix was released, you were part of that content release, but we haven't seen him really a lot in competitive Valorant. Does that make you feel some kind of way? Do you miss him? Do you wish he was here?
Well, I didn't really picture him in, I guess, pro play as much because I feel like he's very crazy in comp, you know? So, I mean, I think it'd be cool to see it incorporated in a pro, but I don't know how that would work, to be honest.
Well, challenge for the teams out there. Now, Josh Secchi, congratulations on hitting Immortal recently. We love to see it. Yes, give it up for Josh for getting that done. That's something I haven't done. But, I mean, talk to me about being here in the Riot Games arena, because you said this is your first time co-streaming here.
Yeah, I've played in show matches. I've been here a bunch. I've done a lot of activations with Riot, but I've never co-streamed. And I always love being at the venue because of the energy and just like everyone's so high. Woo!
Yes. Now, since you hit Immortal, can we see you playing anytime in Tier 2, Tier 3, even Tier 1?
Definitely not. I don't know about that, but yeah, hitting a roll was pretty fun. Yeah.
Well, congratulations on that. Everyone get up for Meili and Josh Secchi one more time, but we have a very tight game to get back to, so I'm going to send it back to Brendan Sideshow.
Oh.
Let's get to it. This is heating up between these two teams, isn't it? 7-5, 100 Thieves. They managed to recover quite well, despite, they won the pistol, but losing the follow-up often ends up being worse for that team. Sentinels definitely ran with it. They ran with all the advantages they had.
But still to be able to put 5 up on the board, really not bad. You can see why Bang was happy about the recovery of the squad.
Yeah.
Being able to put rounds 10 and 12 up there have helped their chances enormously. And I mean, you can see it on the screen right now, the pistol round win rates. It's early, it's a tiny sample size, but hasn't looked great from SEN.
See them. 100 Thieves.
Funky little spot.
Yeah, this is interesting, isn't it? Yeah, a little pocket to play in.
Got to expect that 100 Thieves would be wary of that, though.
Across the map, though, they set their sights over towards B for now. Farmbot's going to be broken. Already making moves all the way through, spotting out some presence. John QT have to peel back a little bit now into the B plant. There's no real pushback as they just lay claim to that link area. Sentinels perfectly happy to give them space. How do they play the retake now on Molly to try and at least clear the way? Out on a flash through. There's multiple layers on top of this. 100 Thieves are making it really uncomfortable for Sentinels. Not letting them get into a position where they can play that retake, but they're already flooding through with the right reaction. Onto the site now. Tap. Again, looking for the signs of life, but as that smoke blooms, there was just a tiny windows of opportunity. Vora capitalizes straight away. Still taking up residency in this smoke, and time is now ticking. Being pulled out, glide to the side. Nice shots by Redux. Single-handedly, and they know where Vora was from earlier.
That's raw individual skill taking it across the line from SEN. 100 Thieves cooked up a brilliant pistol. They go over towards B, double flash Paranoia and Phoenix Flash to go and take some garage control afterwards. Cryo's in the perfect position to mop up any people trying to fight the C connector players. Yeah. And then you have 2 players just left alive for SEN who decide, well, what if we just shoot them? what if we just kill them and win the retake? And you're not going to get a force on the side of 100 Thieves. So this will be a prime opportunity for Sentinels to start getting something going. And Joe picking up the Outlaw again. Already saw him with some success with that weapon.
Yeah, deep smoke. Propped up towards C long. Clear game plan by 100 Thieves. Probably going to be trying to build up to the ults. Yeah, Timotino. Try and get that Phoenix ult online.
You're expecting 100 Thieves comp to be doing a C default, or at least a C beginning default to start a lot of these rounds. Which means Joe should be able to get onto this line more easily than you might expect.
Yeah.
Then again, though, you don't want to go walkabouts
too deep. And you're holding the wrong line. Meanwhile, the rest of the team trying to get themselves into the seaside here. Cortezia just trying to backpedal. Cryo taking them out. It's Cortezia, though, still towards the back of that side. And guess what? Reinforcements arriving. Clean sweep, essentially. It's only Cryo left to stand. He did pick up that gun, but spiked out of his reach.
I mean, you know that he has an Outlaw, so got a couple of players here that would die in one shot. They don't really want to take this fight.
No, Cortezia and Jonah P probably not going to be the ones trying to peek.
Those are actually the 2 players most likely to take contact from C long, though. Could get expensive.
Yeah, it could. 35 seconds left. Off angle for Jonah P. It's going to be offered up onto the table here, but does take out Cryo. Navigates the danger well.
Yeah, very well controlled by Sentinels. Been saying that for the whole game, basically. You put the Outlaw back in the hands of Joe. So gotta be full armor from 100 Thieves here. Especially when you're on the attack side, you just cannot afford to be walking into Joe.
Yeah.
So many spots around the map that the neon op.
Ooh, I'm faster, Cryo. Sheesh.
The neon op and the neon outlaw can rotate around in tons of different spaces. Here, Gerwin looking to take it over towards C.
Yeah. Deep cam. Just 100 Thieves looking for a bit of control over towards A, over towards Garage. Poking, prodding Asana. Feeling like he has to probably do quite a bit in this spot. He's currently sitting at 5 and 12.
Very different Viper Wall here being used by John.
Yeah. Just cutting it across, Joe. Okay, Joe. Decapitating Vora on the cross.
Yeah, it turns out you can buy full armor all you like.
Doesn't really matter, though. Still, they're going to look to lay claim once more to that Garage control. Posturing, taking control. Deep wall as well onto B. Cryo.
Where's that going?
Yeah. It goes into lobby.
He's a pinball wizard.
Yeah, and I was thinking might give some fake information, but honestly, with the judge, you're going to be favored. Yeah, so Redux, happy to put a stop to that one. Even takes up residency into this. He's got to be aware. Cryo had all that space, probably calling for the rotations already. Picks up the gun, though. He's made noise. Uh-oh. They're aware of it. Flash through! Snaps to the side. By chance, or whatever you want to call it, Anti works out for him.
Left.
Insane mechanics to get that one. Bang and Asuna. Plant is down, yes, but massive player disadvantage against Sentinel's bonus here.
He's pretty difficult to retake with lighter weaponry. But yeah, you're right. Huge player advantage.
I'm going to see Jerwin immediately putting that wall up. Paranoia is going to be sent loose nice and early. Asuna dropped. Bang. He's got to do it all from a spot like this. But how do you contest with that? Sentinels converting the bonus.
And you're getting to see some of the flavor from this new guy, right? You're getting to see how he wants to pilot the Neon, how he wants to run it. Is he, is he a scopes merchant? Well, he can certainly use them. Yeah. Is he down to use his movement abilities to play in his teammates? Absolutely.
Nice!
It's a nice mixture, and there's Ewok happy with things. 100 Thieves are now in a very tough spot.
What do you even do with the money?
This opening game, a reminder that 100 Thieves picked this map, by the way. They're normally really happy to play Haven.
Sentinels would have had a VOD to review 100 Thieves gameplay. Sometimes that can work against you. Deep Molly. Stun's going to be used to reciprocate immediately with that Paranoia as well. Jerwin already walking up. Snappy with a second shot, and the team's got his back.
Down A.
Love this idea.
Well trained.
Really nice to throw in an A-lobby crunch every now and then. They know that Cryo took deep contact over towards A-long. And now they're just trying to bully 100 Thieves and make them fear taking this area at the start of the round.
Oh, yeah.
You got to be proactive on your Haven defenses in the current meta. You can't just sit back all the time.
Cryo just with a stinger. Let's take out Jerwin, but there's plenty more action where that came from. Sentinels, they know the spike's down here. Dart, just attack. Redux, he is revealed, but again, the weaponry differential plays a part, and Redux happy to, once more, mop up towards the end. 11 rounds now for Sentinels.
If you're a SEN fan, I think you can be really happy about the overall vision of this team that they're showcasing today, right? They have a clear idea of how they want to play on Haven. And from the coaching staff down to the IGL and the more veteran players on Jonah, for example, like they are executing their idea of how they want to play here. They're the ones in control of the tempo. They're the ones that are putting the pressure on 100 Thieves constantly. And it's on 100 Thieves to answer. Timo, one away from getting his ult online. You might expect them to go for the C default again, pick up an orb. But instead they're looking to control any level of a walk down mid. And they're going to hear this op ringing out in short.
100 Thieves very happy to not move into that direction, but as the alarm bot is popped off, they hear that garage pressure. Hunter's Fury, Jonah P. Going fishing. No tags really, just a bit of damage onto Bang.
The defensive protocols, though, looking decent.
Ooh, that's interesting.
Flame wall.
Breaks it.
Yeah, doing damage to the turret.
Yeah, that's cool.
He was using the wall earlier to try to break the lockdown. I mean, you see it
You can do it, yeah.
You see it with people breaking chamber trips, breaking trips from the Cypher as well.
That's pretty good for it.
All right, do we see Timo play for the orb over here? Or do they want to play quietly and not give away to John?
They might want to walk all the way up as much as they possibly can. A lot of the util being cleared out. Now, steadily forwards up onto Plat. John QT was very much alone at running back his way out into the open, but no one else is going to be home here. Then we'll group up here, look to try and play this retake, but 4v5 and you have an operator in Jerwin's hands does make it difficult.
Yeah, very tough. Should be 100 Thieves to take.
Truck darts flash forwards, actually didn't even connect still. Cryo is able to contain and contest towards Garage, making it really quite uncomfortable. Go to Zia with that instant trade out. Still that Odin, Jonah, and Redux are doing it all. Cryo, 1v2 now for him. Smoke propped up, defuse already half on the board. Redux is sticking this one. Jonah P, swinging out, spraying down. It's barely salvaged by Cryo.
Cryo comes away with the Red Bull clutch, but I think if anything, it's just going to be beads of sweat, relief from 100 Thieves that they pulled that one across the line. They had themselves into a post-plant situation, players up, Got the squeeze into garage, everything is looking good. 3v5 and SEN somehow get it into a 2v1 with a smoke on the spike for the defuse.
Mistaken heroics from Cryo.
Yeah, Jonah gets baited a little bit into thinking the Cryo is pushing the smoke. But, you know, either way, that is way too close. Got to be able to close those rounds out cleaner, especially if you want to draw this back up to level.
Sentinels. Pressure's still going to be off them in a position like this. 100 Thieves are looking to apply a little bit more. Seeing where it hurts, Cortesia. Just squares up, takes the fight straight up. It's a difficult one to win out, TP. Reinforcements arriving over towards the seaside. You've got the entire team, essentially, over there, whilst you've lost control over towards B.
Yeah, this is nice from Bang, taking, in the midst of the chaos, space that he'll be able to play his team into, but he's waiting for a smoke to come back online. There it is. Blocks off the C connector. And Vora can look to play for the plant.
Yeah.
Could actually get spammed a little bit there from the A connector, but he gets away with it. No one there, no one home.
I'm worried about it. Immediately stepping inside, and 100 Thieves did this before. Let's see if they're ready for it. Flash connects. 100 Thieves again fighting forwards. Tooth and nail, trying to really take this away to spam through the wall. Redux! Twisting and turning, maybe just hearing that pressure from Cryo. But 100 Thieves now, from the brink, they managed to scramble it together. It's a 4v5 spot, a really difficult one, but somehow piecing it.
Credit to Bang for that one, I think.
Yeah.
To be able to have the presence of mind to take that space and just hold it, secure it for the team. And I like this protocol that they've got of pushing the C connector with the flash. Bang didn't have the paranoia in this round, otherwise they might have gone for that as well. I said it was a nice idea on the pistol, it just didn't end up working. This time 100 Thieves finally close out an advantage round pretty cleanly. They're going to need more of those. And you've got to show more things that are working, because as good as that look is, where they plant B and then they push aggressive in the post plan, got to have more ideas than just that.
Yeah. So far as well, I mean, it has been pure heroics, being able to come back despite the player down scenario. It's Sentinel's getting a lot of these first kills. Maybe need to change the framework, really, of how we're thinking about it, too. It's up to Sentinels as well to not lose grip of some of these rounds where they're getting an advantage.
Sure. I think, you know, both teams have been pretty happy scrapping back from disadvantaged situations. We almost saw Sentinels win a 3v5 retake on SEN.
That's true, yeah.
SEN are now going to have bad money, though, and Ewoks called this timeout to figure out a game plan and push SEN up to map point. Spots like this, so you've got to still have respect for your opponent and shut them out of the game. Maybe they've even got a thrifty idea to throw in there, too. Oh, not even a thrifty.
Wait,
are they going for a full
force
on this?
Yeah,
they are.
Okay.
Yeah, okay. I thought their money was worse than that, actually.
Get the Guardian in Jonah P's hands, but
oh, well, yeah, they've got no
happy to take
drone
on
as
the
well.
Team. Yeah, could be important.
Yeah, it's difficult to place over on defense without the drone, but they'll have to try to get posted up at A lobby maybe to make up for that.
Instantly, 100 Thieves. Garage is their goal, over towards C potentially now for the split as 100's Fury! Cortesia steps inside the fast lane, just gets the one before he's eventually traded, and the last burst of that will get the tag. Tail end of it, John bursted down at that 45 HP. The seaside is theirs. 100 Thieves now look to try and get that plant down and cement themselves into a post plant. Shock darts are going to be raining down, you've got to be careful of this.
Jonah got a huge amount of value with the Odin last time they were retaking C. He's only got a Guardian to work with, but he can still spam that box. Yeah. No one playing behind it right now. Timo.
Jumping around. Tino, he's just trying to step in front of most of this util, but players lying in wait. Finally smoke up. Dart needs to be dealt with. Stun now going forwards. Overdrive forwards, but that crossfire set up. It's just Bang, Cryo, all of them now looking towards it, setting their sights. Redux, deep TP. Trying to get really cheeky, but listen, Bang handles it. Keep stringing together these rounds, 100 Thieves. They are bringing themselves back into it.
Yeah, and considering that wasn't an eco, SEN did force into this one. Jonah P, no drone and a Guardian. That's a huge piece for 100 Thieves to take. It's a tough side to retake when you don't have any flank pressure going on, no pressure coming through garage either. Cute play from Redux with the TP up top, but yeah, couldn't make it happen. Smoke's player on the other side, Bang, dealing the death blow. 100 Thieves are scrapping back in. This is now 3 in a row, expected 4 in a row with looking at the money.
A lot of presence over towards A early. Just Asuna though. Judge in hand, now the rest of his team going to be trailing behind.
Drone looking for information. Was this a long take real?
Oh, everybody hides.
He sees nothing, but they're not going to spread out too much just yet. Redux has got a Bucky in garage, and I mean, they can go for a little jiggle peek on C or something, but they're not going to commit bodies to C just yet. You've got to gamble when you're on an eco a little bit. Then again, they are leaving.
Peeling back all the way here. Wall goes down. And 100 Thieves are going to see how much space they can really get. Feels dangerous, though. I mean, short needs to be cleared.
They're almost playing a lockdown retake, but you can't be playing lockdown in a round like this. There's no way.
Holding it.
Nah, it's insane.
They're doing it. Okay.
What?
Sending it now. Ultimates in a round like this, forcing the issue for 100 Thieves. Seeing if they can play.
Retaking?
I mean, 100 Thieves are really going to have to evacuate here, aren't they?
They broke it anyway.
TP.
They broke it anyway
with
with
a
the
util
wall.
flying over the wall and everything else. Bang! Really just sitting tight now. Sentinel's going to be sending it flying forwards. Joen leading it still with the weaker guns. Sentinels! What? You're making you look silly.
How have they won that?
Your ass down is what Cortez is saying.
Look at the weapons that they had on that retake. 2 sheriffs, a Bucky, odds and ends.
Yeah.
I think Jonah P had a pan in his hand. Walking around with pocket full of thimbles. Look at this.
Odds and ends, really. It's a Nanoswarm lineup.
I mean, Nanoswarm lineup is good. I think they should be aware of that and be looking to break it, but it's these kills coming through afterwards that are crazy.
100% success rate! Yo, you're...
They must be doing that in scrims.
I mean, presumably.
100% success rate.
Yeah,
Lockdown retake with an eco weapons. Yeah, okay.
I mean, the lockdown didn't even get any value. It got broken. It was a really nice play by Timatino, too.
It threw 100 Thieves in disarray, didn't it?
Well, it's thrown me in disarray. I can't believe they won. That's a crazy round. And now it's given Sentinels so many more opportunities to get this over the line. Timo fights it.
Yep. Rolling out the red carpet for the rest of the team. He does clear out most of the space over towards a Link. He's going to peel back, but now that Hunter's Fury was saved for a situation like this. A lot of damage.
Oh, God.
It's got his turret never dealt with. Spike drop time.
Still haven't.
You got to take care of it.
No respect for Timmy.
None at all. Makes him pay. Plant down now. 100 Thieves. Once more gearing up for that aggro play, but they've been doing this every time they've been planning towards B. Stun. Does Ricochet. Paranoia is good, but Asuna with that judge, okay, just makes the most of it. In their faces now. Joen looking to respond in kind. Through and through. Tim and John QT, but they are smoked off now still. Neurofeth reveals quite a bit. Cryo instant again with the trade. Stepping forwards off angles, lighting them up. And John with time ticking. Bullets fired, he reveals the position now. He knows that the time pressure is against him. I think Cryo's done enough. Round is coming straight down to the wire. John QT gets his one, gets the hell out, but it's 100 Thieves still alive in this map.
Yeah, 4 chances down to 3 for Sentinels. That is a very nice adaptation based on what they've shown previously. 2 rounds now after they've planted B, they've pushed the C connector. And Sen were ready for it. They had people in position. If we get a look on the minimap in the replay. Here's the real star of the round, I suppose. Oh, God. But in this situation, all of the players over towards C are waiting for that push. Yeah. They're waiting because they know that 100 Thieves want to push in the post plan. And instead, Asuna goes in the different direction. Goes over towards A, hard pushes to deal with the player on the A site, and then they can return. Good mix-up based on that earlier conditioning.
Loaded spam, what a flash and a swing! My God. Jonah did not know what hit him. And deep push here, potential to get punished. Cryo, he's been sharp. One of the saving graces for 100 Thieves in a spot like this, but draws a bit of a stalemate.
Yeah, he only needs to control. It's Cortezio who wants to force that fight in order to even things. Good play by Cryo. Controls the area and now just plays the rest of his team in. They've got a drone here too.
Broken immediately. Footsteps going to be swiftly following behind this drone. They set their sights forwards. This wall does get funky. There's pockets to play in, so you can see, yeah, Asuna's thinking about it. He's like, don't want to get caught. Unaware, but a spam will do the job. Plant down 2 with no real pushback. Joen. It's an open sideline for him. Garage not smoked off. 100 Thieves going for a 3-2-1 swing. Missing the timeout on that one ever so slightly, but they are being cut out. Seconds bled out of the clock here. Redux, a bit of spam, but he's taking chip damage in the process. Whole team now grouping up, seeing if they can gear up into this one, but they are smoked off.
Yeah, they're going to run out of time here. I mean, this has got to be a save for Sentinels. There are a couple of players without the money really to go for this as well. If they've been gifted a pick, if they've been given some level of opening, Sen would have attempted to capitalize, but as it's looking, man, that thrifty retake on A might be absolutely instrumental, because 100 Thieves are winning the majority of these attack rounds now.
I mean, if we take a glimpse at the timeline at some point here, 100 Thieves bringing it up to 10, like you said. Now just 2 away from getting to OT. And,
yeah,
you know, Sentinels, it's domination from them, but off the back of, you know, forcing, winning a follow-up few rounds in the first half. Pistol round bonus conversion, and now second time are going to be used, because alarm bells, yeah, they're going to be ringing at this point.
Yeah, I think both of these teams on their defense side have been struggling a little bit with getting value out of any level of aggression on the other side of the map. So when you play defense on Haven, if the attacking team makes a huge amount of noise over towards A lobby and A long, maybe you'd look for a walk down C or a push out garage, something like that. You know, maybe a push down mid. If they're making a ton of reaction noise over towards garage, maybe you walk up and you try to take a more aggressive look at A lobby. These kind of plays, you saw Cortesia try to do it in the previous round, but he didn't quite find that kill on Cryo, had to back up. And what that leads is your defense ends up being a bit too spread because you can't figure out where they're headed, and you have to play retakes, and retakes are tough at the best of times. You just saw Sen have to call one off. So you're probably going to look to be a bit more proactive. Having said that, John QT with a Viper's Pit in his back pocket will allow you to lock off one of these lanes, and you might just be able to have him ult C and get bodies stacked on the other side of the map. Yeah. We saw people used to, I haven't seen it in a while actually, but an ult on the A site that used to cover this kind of area of the map.
I'm not too sure what's possible, to be honest, because it
The
make
Viper
changes.
Pits, yeah, the Viper Pit got changed recently, so.
Yeah. The wall sails across regardless here. For Sentinels, all they need is one. They invest fully into it. Shock dart, that's going to be doing potentially some damage. Now they sidestep it.
Execution's not great with it either, though.
Yeah, it goes wide. Snakebite not really connecting either.
There's a version of that pit that I was talking about.
Yeah, but they're going to be sending it now off the back of it, looking to try and react. A couple of spam being used, hooked into the corners, hoping that it's a bit of a safety net, but with John going down, so does the pit, blinded up. Jonah P managed to swing himself a position here into short, but being cleared down, but he's playing the rest of Sentinels all the way in. Redux cleaves through them, and now the crossfire set up forwards here needs to be dealt with. It's all Asenet on Cryo! One player, one man, what can he do? Spike retrieve, 1 minute left, but Jerwin needs to be dealt with! And he dismisses him entirely, 13-10. Sentinels, they do get the job done.
The rookie for Sen. V Sage against 100 Thieves.
Yeah, and they've been opting in to a lot of Sage, to be honest.
Yeah, across the map pool.
Across the map pool. And they were one of the biggest losers, I think, from Corrode going out. Overall, as we look towards stage one themselves. But they're going to look to see if they can pick themselves up now, because they are down one map in this series versus Sentinels. A rivalry that we were talking about that just echoes all the way back to the beginnings of Valorant. But the Sentinels, they don't see it like that.
Well, it's their map pick as well, Sen.
Yeah.
They already impressed us on Haven. Joen starting this one out with Shorty in hand. Attack side, got to imagine that Cryo is going to be under an insane amount of pressure very quickly.
And already going to be hearing all that util fast lane forwards once more. Sending out. Util goes both ways. Slow walks really don't really account for that because Jerwin, I mean, just chops him off at the ankles, doesn't he?
In the toes.
How the hell does he get that kill? Timotino, who will even it out ever so slightly, taking out John in the process, but the smoke dissipates up towards heaven. These angles are open now. Jerwin trying to maneuver around right now in the midst of all that chaos. Shot still firing, bang, and he's going to be going down regardless. Jonah P straight there. Jumping and hopping with that right click. Heal online to try and help them out, but Timotino activates when they needed it.
It's a great 4K from Timotino. Jonah P is just left with the heal in his hands.
Yeah.
He's trying to top up the rest of the Sen players, and they get decapitated. Look at this.
Hurts them a little bit, I think. They were trying to stay in line of sight to get the heal off.
Yeah.
They just lined up for Timotino.
The shots were pretty brilliant, though, as well. And no force buy here from Sen as well. Even though they got into a pretty decent position.
Yeah, they didn't get the plan, though. And stopped at the tail end, so might have been the difference maker.
So 100 Thieves moving around the wall. Asuna walled mid, as far as I can remember, in the pistol. Now he's got it over towards A main.
Team's going to be really careful here because he can get overloaded. Yep, certainly players going to look to jump all on top. Vora's there alongside him. They have rifles, but...
Bit of backup.
Yeah. I'm used to seeing players with judges in that spot, not rifles. Sentinels are given free reign over towards that heaven angle again. Sightlines, crosshair placement being cut up entirely, and the firing squad is here, already arriving on towards it, but they are stacked up now. The wall will only do so much to try and stop you in your tracks. Quarters here gets us 1, but 21 health is all he's got to play with. Stinger reclaimed. Nade, you got to tuck tight there. 100 Thieves have got their eyes. Smoke up.
Any damage is good damage here. 100 Thieves full bought into this one, just in case SEN forced. If he can take a Spectre out of the hands of 100 Thieves, it would help them a lot.
Smart by Cortazir. He's cut noise entirely now for about 30 seconds, so he could be anywhere, but spotted out by Bang in the end.
And Bang is going to be so at home in that anchor position over towards B. Any spot where you can get Bang anchoring around his smokes, he is going to be very happy to play those roles.
We've seen a little bit of evidence, though, I think. The Sage pick, if the theory behind it is to try and stun the Neon, the ever so popular, it's a little bit too slow.
Yeah,
the Neon just gets past the util.
It's actually just what I was about to bring up. The Sage is supposed to be a good counter to the Neon, but if you contact into the choke point and then burst past it, that slow orb is going to be, it's going to be landing after the Neon's already in.
So 100 Thieves, they change the direction and the tempo a little bit here, looking to fight early over this B main control.
Slow orbs in both directions. I mean, we really are going back to like 2020 100 Thieves versus Sentinels rivalries. This is first strike.
Yeah, with the picks and all.
Yeah. I don't think we had Fade back then, or Neon. Basically everything else, though.
Standing up to the test of time.
I like this wall as well, just using the slow orb in order to cement this in place. Gives you a timing now to go and reinforce mid and fight.
Tino's forward. Gonna be flashed up though.
And that slow orb's great.
Yeah, got what he came for though. Got to see his way caught out into the open to seize. Connect! What? Holy! Where's he pulled that from? Filthy stuff from Quarters here. And it's immediately called for reinforcements. 100 Thieves start sprinting over to the A side, expecting, well, of course, they're going to be landing over towards here, but guess what? It's an open site, but are taking on B.
It's crazy that even with that, 100 Thieves are still in a winnable spot. Bang ults just to clear over towards A ramp.
And Joe went here, 7 bullets left. 2 players waiting right around the corner. It's all about how this fight's taken. They do have a slight gun advantage.
One enemy remaining.
Slice of ankles! And 2 drop just like that. Much more winnable now for Sentinels here, especially with Bang revealing himself. He's looking for that last gun, that rifle that they had.
Yeah, just take it away from them. Look to save it. What a round from Cortazir and from Joen.
Yeah.
The shots, though, from Cortazir are ridiculous.
That's absurd.
The second one is a pure pre-fire, anticipating the position of the player and...
anticipating that the player's trying to trade him.
Yeah.
When the siege connects.
It's immaculate.
It's so good. See that one again. Slow motion, maybe?
Because apart from that, I was loving what 100 Thieves were throwing in that round. The slow orbs over towards B main, then they reinforce the wall, and then Cortazir says,
Look at this.
No, thank you.
Yeah, it's clean.
It's filthy.
That's real clean.
Dead zone pre-fire on Vora. He's got no hope, no chance.
Pure reaction time test as well for Joe, and it shows off.
Yeah. But like I said, the macro still played well. No Sage slow early here in B main for the defenders, though. So you'd expect Sentinels to be able to control this area. Paranoia, though, and Timo might try to fight off that.
Maybe. Flash stuff forwards, doesn't get the connection, and the slow orb again.
Yeah, I mean, how do you ever fight through the Sage slow?
Yeah.
But Bang was setting up for it, maybe just in case the Sage wasn't there. But after that B main control, 100 Thieves immediately re-clear it. This part of their defensive macro looks really nice because now they can keep 3 players A.
Deep wall into A will need to be broken as well. That's one of the things that the Sage does. It does test your ability to work the map on the attack. You have to make sure to be spreading evenly, applying pressure everywhere, trying to find out where the Sage wall is. And walking up through mid, the Prowler does connect, so getting the acknowledgement. 100 Thieves realizing they've lost control of this. At least up towards mid and heaven. And gearing up for a bit of a site takeover towards A. These anchor players are going to be under an immense amount of pressure. Cryo and Asuna. What can they do with their backs against the wall? fighting through it. 40 seconds roughly remaining here for Sentinels. Trying to face into that one, but a crosshair placement is good. John QT eventually toppled, traded in the end. Cryo swinging wide, trying to adjust his movement to try and avoid the bullets, but Cortezia will bring him down. Plant down now for Jonah P.
Heal up, squad.
The only player that could really be the fly in the ointment is Bang on the flank. The A-main skirmish is going to happen, but all eyes on what timing Bang takes.
Jonah P's watching it though, and so there's already, yes, perfect. Pre-aiming for the ramp position. Vora left into the 1v1 though. Jonah P has got it all to do, but it is planted for the heaven spot. You got to think, all things considered, has to be favored here. Jonah P in it, half onto the defuse. Vora, he's earned himself a bit of a win con here, trying to bait the shot, bait the positioning. Jonah P with a wide face. Shot still rattling, and all it takes is one jump spot. Vora! He just sneaks it!
They would have won the fight anyway. Wow, Jonah P going for one extra jump spot than he was allowed. And 100 Thieves had no right to that round once Bang had been taken down. But Timotino, Vora, both find 2 kills up in heaven. And despite a perfect plan position, yeah, Hassan is happy about that one. Vora performs excellently under pressure there.
Could be cheeky. Deep wall over towards A.
Just get Asna an ult up, but also if they start pressuring the wall,
showstopper, right?
Yeah, Timotino would be jumping on them instantly with his Raze ult. So they're just trying to punish Sen for doing that good defaulting.
To give up all of B main though as a result of this. Took that many resources, but players can start to maneuver their way back over towards B. They've lost heaven control in the process as well. 100 Thieves. Got to think there should be alarm bells ringing.
I do think ideally you want to be funneling Sentinels into the B side. Bang is going to be... What? Timo's ults have been crazy. I mean, he's looking for a timing there as the wall goes down, but...
Might need to mess with the actuation on the Wu-Ting for that one. Interesting stuff. He's already pushed all the way through still. Sentinels are being squeezed. They are player down still, without any real possibility of making their way forwards, but that is an interesting one. Try and get them into the site. 35 seconds left.
Quite nice,
one of the avenues. Vora, though, he's got his eye into the one section where they could be peeking through just slightly. And shots are fired off, rattled off. Heads will roll as a result. Sentinels completely caught unaware. I was still scratching my head, I'm not going to lie, over the Timotino ult.
Yeah.
It stun locked me for a second.
As the Sage Wall drops, I think because it's so quiet everywhere on the map, maybe he's just assuming that they're close behind it. But 100 Thieves still managed to make it work with the B anchor. And this is why I'm saying I think that 100 Thieves should be happy if Sentinels end B repeatedly, because their players are really good at anchoring in these spots, and B gives you more spots to anchor over. And Bang can play, and even when he's walled off, you see that from Vora playing around New Box. Just offers this composition. You can even get like long-range help from Heaven, whether it be a Snakebite or a Slow Orb, something like that, to help these site anchors. I think A is just harder to defend with these kind of compositions. So the more that they can funnel Sen going B, the better they'll feel about it. Both of these comps, though, if we take a step back, are a nightmare to attack into.
Yeah, they are.
They're just annoying.
I mean, like I said earlier, they really test your ability to spread out and play a nice attack side default where you can find out where the Sage Wall is, break it in time, relieve some pressure across the map. Because otherwise, if you let the 100 Thieves, or even Sentinels on the other side when they get to the defense half, put down that Sage Wall, they can just maneuver the rest of the team and stack heavy over towards the other side.
And you already see that 100 Thieves have got layers to their theory, because they had Timotino there waiting with a showstopper if you were going to try to break the Sage Wall.
Yeah.
I mean, you look at the scoreboard right now, and both of the Sages are at the bottom, but we're going to be talking about them so much because their util defines how the map plays out. It's not so much about whether or not they get the kills. They're still going to have insane impact.
Just a couple of stingers here and a bucky.
Asuna going for that A deep wall again. It's only been broken once, I believe, and that was after Sen went for a B default, so he's not that worried about getting run down.
It looks like a bit of a set play as well from Sentinels to pull out on the weaker economy.
Asuna actually doesn't end up going for the wall. He's giving a bit of respect to Sen.
Deep slow orb gets Jonah P into a prime spot, inserted over towards B main.
It's very quiet from Sentinels. They do feel like in these rounds they're trying to...
They're going to send Joe in flying forwards. The fast lane to try and get him all the way through. There's already that smoke popped up over towards it, but Timotino sidesteps. Bucky, well aimed, well trained, but Bang instantly responds again. He's been pressured already with these guns as well. Chipped down, whittled down, matters not. He is twisting and turning, avoiding the ire, and still comes away with 3.
Another scenario where SEN get funneled into B and 100 Thieves are very happy to just eat it up. Twice now, John Cutie's tried that different Sage Wall that blocks off backside and funnels the attackers towards new box. But 100 Thieves have adapted really nicely. But Bang plays around the pillar on a different angle, which allows him to wrap and play a high-low with a Heaven or Rafters player. And they're kind of destroying this.
Let's see what happens here for Sentinels. They really need to dig deep. Find some way forwards. Oh, deep hit is going to make it all the more complicated.
Yeah, it's going to be really difficult for them. I mean, this is so much pressure on your defaulting, on your communication, on figuring out the game plan for what you want to do in the round. Finding the right place to end. Yeah. It's a nightmare.
Sage Util, the Vice Walls, or Viper Walls, I should say, going up and down. Stunting and stalling you out. Senna finding it difficult. They've got to piece it together.
Pings on the map, maybe for a paranoia or something, looking to try to take some space at A ramp. How do you get through this pit?
Yeah, that's the difficulty. Down to that minute mark, looking to see if they can get a bit of a reclearance now, moving forwards. For the Sentinels, we're going to listen in and see how they're going to figure it out.
Ramp, two, stop. Careful blood. I'm slowing. Yeah. I'm lurking. I'm all in CG.
You have heal, I mean?
Yeah.
I'm planning Fnatic, boys.
I have all.
30 seconds left.
The big go Raptors.
I don't know.
Got main.
One is ramp. They have fade out. They're gonna fade out.
Can you spam main off me?
Yeah. Do you have a smoke?
No.
When's your smoke?
On main spawn.
15.
Yeah.
I'm gonna TP it out somewhere. They're slow still.
I'm burning a flash early.
Walking out.
Main.
Main.
Kill me.
I'm playing map. I'm blind. Could be in.
Last player
Two
standing.
map. Find a Fnatic.
Needs to kill Omen.
Ramp.
Ramp. You TP on the Omen.
One
Nice.
enemy remaining.
You win.
Holy shit, bro.
Oh my god, got his what?
I mean, that is one way to win a clutch out.
Blessed. Absolutely blessed. They know that they've misplayed that. You know, once the retake is just so nice. Fatal, paranoia, get in. You can hear it in the comms. They could be in, they could be on us. 1vx, 1v3 in this situation, and he gets the headshot with the classic.
A nail biter. The rest of Sentinels, I mean, they didn't have many players playing outside the pit, did they?
No, I mean,
all tucked up onto the side. It got dicey, but at the end of the day, it's a round win.
That's a crazy one. Was he using the SEN classic? Must have been.
Must have been.
Listen.
Because
Zelsis told you guys.
Yeah, that was a while ago. Still, operator in the hands of Timotino. That's one way to mix it up. And Cryo.
Whoa, what is this play?
He hears a deep TP as well towards Heaven. He knows that one player could be in already, compromised perhaps, but it looks like Bang has done the wise. He's got his eyes set on towards it. Stunned, flashes! My God, his players are getting chipped down! And all that damage done for quick on the cleanup.
It's crazy that they've gone for that play when Redux is already so deep in B Heaven.
Yeah, already through Heaven as well, and that TP.
He's got freebies.
You've gifted him 2 kills! Slam dunk! Cortesio with a lurk! Just when you think 100 Thieves will be in a winnable position, Vora is left alone.
A 1v3 and he doesn't have a clue where they're ending.
Nope.
There's a battle of the Sage Walls over here on A. One wall blocking them off, one wall blocking off the flank.
John QT's waiting for it to expire so he doesn't give the game away.
Yeah,
because if he breaks a portion of it.
Yeah, he doesn't want to give away information, but they don't realize that Vora is through the wardrobe and in Narnia right now. He's miles away.
Yeah.
What a play from Redux, by the way.
Yeah.
TP.
TP into Mail.
Into Mail, or like past the Mail smoke, into B Heaven almost. That's insane. I think he only probably does that because they're down 4v5 and have lost Jerwin. What a play to make. And now it's all on Vora.
Already that plant down, playing retake. Walking all the way up. Time pressure's going to be on immediately. Redux. Can sit tight here. It's a slide off angle as well, so he's going to be catching that contact as the cross comes through and squares up for that fight. The rest of his team as well playing off his contact, so it would have been confirmed kill regardless. Good round for Sentinels. Good round for Redux.
An incredible round from Redux. The play that he goes for is a surprising one, but it nets him 2 freebies. They have no clue. No, they just have no idea. I don't think I've ever seen an Omen go for that play, but it's very high risk, high reward. And it just so happens that in a 4v5, it was the right decision to make. And the risk didn't matter too much because you're already down one of your big players.
Well, Operator now moving over towards the A side, but there's that Prowler early to set up the line. Jerwin forced to respect it. So want to commit.
They get a bit of information, but that also allows the wall to go down in mid here from Asuna. So he's been wanting to put it on the outsides of the map mostly. Ran it mid on the pistol, and I think this is the next round that he's run it in mid. But that's obviously because they've now got this Operator in play.
Spike is dropped in a very safe position. They do have an Omen ult. Redux can deliver that one to the rest of the team if they find a way in through B, but all that pressure, and they're making it feel very, very real. Jerwin is hard committed into this one, still winning out the fights. Glides forwards, it's just bang, no. Returns it. Shots to bring down Jerwin over towards A. They hear his footsteps. Vora! Stands against it. Deep TP again from Redux. It's instant at that. Omen ult available. But it's used by Bang as well for the reposition. That spike needs to be reclaimed.
Oh my god, they're going to TP over to B
again. Jonah P's got all that space. Calls for it. The rotation here in the moment decision making. Switch up onto the game plans, but again, it is still Sentinels working at a player disadvantage, but it might not matter. Jonah P, very forward, very risky, doesn't win the fight out. Cryo. Swift dismissal. Now all on Redux. You're going to see discipline from 100 Thieves. Trying to play this one together.
That's a nice smoke. Makes it feel like he's playing default.
Boombox needs to be avoided. Just spots him out though, and that reveals all good information. Satchel overhead. He just plays in Cryo.
Nice way to close things out in the 3v1. Brilliant Boombot too. Vora is a machine out here. He is the Terminator.
Yeah.
He's 13-4 after 9 rounds. That's some astonishing stuff. We've seen some big moments from him. And this round, he basically wins it for 100 Thieves. This was an elaborate fake. There were many moments in this map already so far where teams are losing track of where each other are. But this one was a pretty classic call from John. Neon fake on B. We're going to walk in A. They just didn't account for Vora.
So the sights towards the B side though now for Sentinels. They don't have a lot to work with again. And at this point, it's 100 Thieves. Control of the half. Prowler broken. A little bit too early there. The B presence was shown. Now it looks like the call is made to go back over towards A, but Timotino, this is so brave against an eco. Nevertheless, holding this line down, but he's guessing as to where these players could be. Could be tucked.
The Horn gave him a little timing to go for this. Cryo's also pretty exposed.
I mean, there's literally, shotguns on the other side. Brave doing this against the Neon. Surely overexposed, spotted out, and he hears it. Now that stun though, ricochets. Jerwin's got his eye set on a different direction. Up through vents into mid. Up towards A heaven now, but he's only got that Bucky, and at long range, it's not really the gun for the job. Nightfall, it's going to be pulled out of 100 Thieves here. Vora feeling like he has to expend ultimates to stop this Sen push.
Asuna locking down the wall over towards B main, though, just lets 100 Thieves play plenty of bodies on this A side of the map. They've got to be a little bit cautious about a B heaven pivot if these Sen players go from A heaven through vents back to B. But the defensive setup is still decent. Now they're starting to pull off as Sen get the timing to go for the A re-hit. It could be dangerous.
Definitely could. Timotino doesn't have a rifle at play here. It's just the Operator. He could get overwhelmed if Sen choose to go, but with 20 seconds left, they're going to have to move over towards A. Trying to use the wall to hide, but they spot the barrel out, and that really does reveal everything. Courtesy is in a position like that. Wall needs to be broken. 11 seconds left. You're going straight through screens. Asuna!
That's a play with the spike.
Oh my god, the damage done. And they know it. They've squeezed these players. The spike out of position, cannot be planted. For Redux, just a game of seeing what you can salvage out of the situation. Taking out the Operator, but that surely is going to be saved down to the final few seconds. He won't remain alive.
And Asuna did pick up the AWP in the end as well, so 100 Thieves don't even take the eco damage. Sen have struggled against this composition. They made them sweat a little bit with that A repop, but the weapons just weren't good enough to be able to do the job, and the time on the clock was way too low by the time they committed to it. 15 seconds, and they hadn't even... I mean, this is 9 seconds left, and the spike is going kind of solo through here off the back of a Sage wall. Crazy. This round's going to be no easier for SEN to get through. And then Ewok's going to take a timeout to discuss it. You have to go through all of the same layers, right? You have to try to bait out the Sage slows or the snake bite or something like this. You have to try to dodge the Timotino op. And then if you do get past it, Timotino now has a showstopper. This is an obnoxious comp to try to push through. And because it's Sentinel's map pick, 100 Thieves got to pick defense. And it's showcased the 100 Thieves Sage ideas and this approach to their map pool that we saw from them at kickoff has still got legs. Yeah, it's still really, really tough to get through.
They're one of the best teams, I think, at making the most out of the Sage pick.
Yeah, credit to the coaching
staff. Think about it a lot, yeah. They carried that over.
And again, it's not about the stats, because Asuna's 2-6 right now, but that really genuinely isn't important. It's about the information value they get from popping down, you know, walls in certain places and how they play the macro more than anything.
Simplifies all of it. It means they can play 3-4 players, but where they pretty certain that the side hit's going to be ending. Sentinels. Big investment, full buy. Mid exploration by 100 Thieves is called for here. Sen might just go for this. This is their default over towards B main, looking to take control.
Yeah,
Sage slow, 100 Thieves.
The fact that they always run that Sage slow, though, means that you're never worried about a B pop.
What is here? Speaking out to this one, hold on, that shows some spot off, and that's revealed quite a bit. Instant with the trade. And a pop through anyway. The Seeker's into your face. You've got to put it away for a second, but the Fuse are going to be running out, and you're going to be missing your opportunity. Still, there's clear all the way into through B main. Sentinels might call for a reaction further. Yes, they want to fight into spawn here. It's another kill claimed. Losing track and losing grip over towards where the rest of this map is. The wall needs to be broken, but you can fight this one fully together. And Jerwin will just pave a way forwards. Great entries. Crying out with that operator. But just does flick towards it in time, and this is planted in such a weird spot, but still. Players are ready, waiting for it, and they can get the wraparound too. Redux has to be accounted for. Cryo already thinking about it. Crouched down, but as he just turns away, has to turn his attention fully towards this one. Sentinels coming out with all the right ideas. Paranoia off the top. Cryo just pushed into a pen, and yes, it's sharp shooting, but the round win was what Sentinels were going for, and they're going to get it.
Fourth on the board for Sentinels with a really nice reaction into B, just as their Sage slow went down and allowed them to go for something like that as well. But we've seen both coaching staff across the maps here have a very similar idea. When the opponent team takes attack timeout, you run something fast and aggressive. We saw it with that Sentinels failed set play that they ran on Haven, and now we've seen it with a failed set play from 100 Thieves as they do something aggressive down mid, and Timotino leads with the ult.
Nice.
They didn't really have the info about where Timotino was supposed to jump on somebody, but they just want to be the team doing something different, doing something new, throwing Sen off their game. As it happens though, plays into the attacker's hands and gives Sentinels the fourth.
Sentinels only showing signs of the Viper util. The orb sailing over.
You've got to imagine they're playing in spots here where they could dodge the Haunt. Vora hasn't thrown it yet. I wonder if he does to try to get Timo on a deeper line.
Saving it now for a situation like this. Deep Haunt, broken.
And Timo's like, well, not going to take too much of a step forward then.
It's a risky spot still though with the op in hands. You're playing Raze, you don't have easy exits.
I believe in his movement. I think he's going to use his satchels quite nicely.
Movement and aim still. Trailblazer will have to be respected. He's happy to let them know that he is home. Immediately repositioning too towards it. Vora could be immensely pressured now, but still Timotino's there. And Vora watching the cross. Two players are dropped. Sentinels now are going to be really struggling. You can see it spread across the map.
That's again another situation where the Sage wall in mid lets them allocate 3 players to the ramp re-clear, where normally they would only have 2.
Redux. He's been known for his risky plays on the Omen. Could catch bang unaware. Already inserted into the one-way. Paranoia's being held by Bang just in case, but all of the Sentinel squad grouping up behind it now, but that Sage Orb is used just instinctively. Maybe hearing that sound cue, what a blind too. Raw spam, straight through the choke. Sentinels are being absolutely picked to pieces here with only 15 seconds left. No more second options. The deep TP surely accounted for, and yes, an 8-4 half. That's what we're looking at here for 100 Thieves.
Really strong, nice value immediately from the game plan, the coaching staff, and the Sage pick, again, working wonders for 100 Thieves, making it very difficult. But bear in mind, folks, that Sentinels have basically the exact same comp. Yeah, they won't be able to work around the Showstopper or the Raise Nades, but the bare bones of the comp, the way that they can play the defense, it should be just as difficult for 100 Thieves to get through as these halves flip.
I'd agree. IGLing's desperately going to be tested on either side of things here, so the job's not done, job's not finished just yet.
Not much longer now, and I will also take to the skies.
Me too.
You? No, you will always be a worm.
Just wait and see.
Red Bull gives you wings.
Well, as we get the second half underway, make sure to hit up expressvpn.com/VCT for in-game rewards with the advanced and pro plans right now. And as you said, Josh, before we went over, this is still not over just yet for 100 Thieves. You might think they're in a prime position to try and secure this one out, but the Sage goes both ways.
Yeah, it absolutely does. If the defending team running a Sage comp like this wins pistol, I think 8-4 is what you're looking at in most worlds. Without a pistol, maybe it's more like a 7-5, that kind of thing. But yeah, SEN should be able to apply a lot of pressure in the other direction if they can run their defense side as well as 100 Thieves. And that's a big if, because the game plan, the overall strategy with the Sage has been very, very strong from 100 Thieves. Not everyone runs it as well as they do.
A similar idea into this one. They don't show any signs of life. Contacting all the way into B as much as they possibly can.
Well, John actually holding the wall, potentially for a retake.
Oh, the paranoia though, that's surely going to be putting a stop to it though. They're going to be moving into a different direction. The horn forwards as well, but that high ground ankle. Timatino is trying to adjust it in time. Jerwin, straight in there. He's able to collect himself too as well for his troubles, but the wraparound by Cryo anticipated by Jerwin. 3 kills for the rookie newcomer to Sentinels. And he's saving a day for them on more than one account.
Yeah, he's had a great game here. I've been impressed with him. Even though they're down in terms of rounds, he's had some nice moments in here. Fearlessly floods in through heaven.
One enemy remaining.
Like I said, John QT holding onto the wall, I think. Maybe.
That's all we needed. That's all we needed, bro. Let's go.
Getting a pistol, I mean, you could...
It's big.
Yeah, it really does make a big difference, because now they can start the ball rolling and get back into this game. But I think even without a pistol, there would still have been hope for Sentinels. Just would have made things a lot more difficult. Let's see how John uses the wall, though, throughout this defense half. Previous round, like I say, I think he was saving it for a retake. It's really difficult on a pistol round to get that defuse if the wall goes up in front of the spike. Or rather, to stop the defuse.
Yeah. Attempt Redux looking to see if he can deny the orb, because Timatino is very akin, I think, to the same game plan that 100 Thieves had on Haven. Putting the orbs in him, trying to build up to the big ultimates, the pivotal ones at least.
I like the Jerwins. Oh.
Well, yeah, punished for that.
I was going to say, I like the Jerwins bold enough to go up onto a line like this. You're on an anti-eco. You don't want to give away too much, but he's only got the Marshal. And you've got to have the confidence as a Tier 1 Pro duelist to be looking for fights.
Yeah. You'll know that a lot of them not going to be buying armor into this one, so it should be a good opportunity for Jerwin to just thrive and feast against the ecos. But okay. Running and gunning, spammed away. Asanado forwards again, but are they going to anticipate this? Jonah P cuts them up, slicing them through them. Snakebite and a judge to supplement.
Flood defending off the back of an anchor player. Both rounds here from SEN. 100 Thieves go for more of the mid-round site exec stuff. See if that continues. They lost Timatino very early on there.
One enemy
But they're bold, they're confident. SEN are playing like they're going to win this game. But they've drawn it back within 2. 100 Thieves still lead. And this is a very important one. The weaponry, better for 100 Thieves. You want to get this one across the line if you got a chance of pushing this to buy.
Absolutely. You want to do it cleanly too, without losing too much in the process, but split close quarters map as well. You can see these weapons thrive in the hands of Sentinels. A little bit of a ramp take. Cutting noise after it, looking for a reaction, see if there is anything of the sorts. Trailblazer's going to be broken.
It's a funky wall in mid, but it's also a funky orb from Cortesia. He can play around this with the judge.
Timatino, rifle in play, but he's up against Joe and perhaps as well with a rifle of his own, and just sharper today.
Joe's looking good.
The pressure and expectations that are being leveled onto his shoulders, he's living up to it.
And watch this Viper smoke if they try to go back into A. This is a devious one.
Trying to P gets the spot, gets the information, and stepping forwards, Judge at hand. You do not want to go back there. This is already looking dire for 100 Thieves.
Really nice bonus round idea from SEN. They've had a very clear vision of how they want to play. It's something that we're crediting 100 Thieves for a lot. But they are now in a very tough situation. 3v5.
Reposition, slight jump spot. Noise made though, but already Durin ready for the fight. Not willing to posture past that one, but he's already done the job, surely. Damage being done, wall being broken, there's pressure mounting on every direction. 100 Thieves. For Cryo and Asuna, these guns are essential. They're feeling that squeeze, and with 17 seconds left, you have no more options.
They're looking to save.
Yep, you have to.
But I mean, it's difficult to even extract yourself in this scenario. They are going to be able to get out. I think people should be looking to chase here, to be honest.
Yeah, they really should be.
Jonah and Cortesia, they're going for it.
They are. The seconds drifting down once they realize, actually, where they're going to be stood. Asuna, positioning revealed, caught into the corner. Just trying to narrowly escape, and they do get away with just at least the 2 guns.
Yeah, it's fair enough, actually. I wanted SEN to hunt for that harder, but they picked up all of the proper rifles off the ground. So even though they don't take weapons out of the hands of 100 Thieves, they themselves get the upgrade. So, you know, Cortesia gets to upgrade from a judge to a rifle. You get the value of winning the bonus there massively. Germans look great. He's played that position perfectly. The discipline to fall back when you're in a advantage spot as well. No overheating. Really good stuff from a rookie.
Well, it's difficult for rookies when you play for the SEN organization because the pressure, it's kind of outweighed compared to other orgs as well.
Yeah. Lots of eyes.
Yeah.
Lots of judgment. This is the same wall that they were running in the previous round. Same orb as well on A. It does look difficult to get through this setup from Cortesia.
Timatino, one of the few players with a rifle on the 100 Thieves side here. Managed to save that away, but again, the difficulties remain. This wall dropped up. 100 Thieves looking to contact up as much as they can. A bit of breakage from far away. I think not trying to give away that there could be players close to it, but John QT happy to just relocate.
They're giving 100 Thieves a bit more of the map compared to the first half with the defense versus attack.
More broken. Prowler secondary towards it. John QT is fully moving backwards here. Redux needs to be careful about being pressured.
They've got to break this Trailblazer in order to make it feel like it's still B heaven, but Jonah's smart and he goes back over to A.
Yeah, it's turning around now, losing mid-control, the wall up as well. Ramp's not accounted for, but Jonah P has to hold this one back. I set onto the directions, all the pressure really onto this one with the Odin at hand, the util flying. All that going for him. It's the season and A to try and combine it all. Rifles in the hands of Timatino, leading it forwards once more, but Cortesia backs towards it. Reset to aim enough for 2.
It's still winnable for 100 Thieves. The time is low, but they got rifles in hand that can get a plant down.
10 seconds. Cryo, critical reposition from him. Doesn't sit himself onto the site, the reposition up the ramp as well, and he's got his target acquired. John QT brought down. Plant, though, it's not for him. More like a main position and just missing this time, but Redux slipping past. Spotted out, though, by Cryo. Revealed now. Smoke to play around, Bang going to be twisting within it. Trying to play this one together. Redux has outs to Smoke. A tap. Seeing if he can pull some of these players way out. A gap found. 1v1 now. Cryo versus Redux. Half earned, sticking all the way. For Cryo! Not done yet. Not finished yet.
Oh, the timing on that too. Just as Redux got half. Big conversion, though, for 100 Thieves. If we take a step back, their weaponry coming into that round, they should not have been coming away with it. SEN lose control of this setup a bit. But I think more credit to 100 Thieves. They got the Prowler onto Jonah P in A Heaven that confirmed the positioning of a player, and then sent a Seasonade to flush him into the open. And from there, cascaded the Death Ball with lower weapons to be able to win a 2v2 on A. That's the kind of round that has kept 100 Thieves head above water.
Now all group top, what a shot! Snaps towards it, Timotino, he can't even leave the ground before he's dead.
My ultimate is ready.
Op already getting value, but that orb will actually bring him straight back into the picture. And
Yeah,
Timotino,
very nice.
He does have an ult now. Not sure if he earned it up from Cryo just from that death, but...
The problem is, you do kind of want to break that wall. Oh, they've decided not to even go for it.
Yeah, just leaving it.
Yeah, well now, as these SEN players, you don't have to be worried about A-main for the next 20-odd seconds. If they don't break their own wall, they're not really going to be ready for a pop.
No, the flash got caught on it.
Yeah, the wall blocked the flash from Jonah P.
So they don't have information of towards A. That's going to keep some of the SEN players at least pinned towards that spot. Trailblazer has to be used to re-clear.
John still has 2 slows, though. This looks like a nightmare to get through. I don't know that Teemo's going to be able to get value from his ult.
Yeah, we'll find out. He's going to be blinded up almost immediately at that. So that shows Stopper just against the back wall, but a TP up into the corner. Redux holding it down, but already he's going to be feeling that pressure. Good fights taken by 100 Thieves by Storm, and they're just surging into the B site. And Jonah P now. 1v4 for him. First one taken out. That's 1 obstacle removed, but he's got 3 more to deal with. Plant down. Haunt has to be broken here in 100 Thieves. They like their 3-2-1 swings, but we'll see. Probably off Bang's contact, holding down towards Hell. It's all handled there. 10 rounds for 100 Thieves.
This deathball-y approach for 100 Thieves has now given them a good rewards across 2 rounds here. They contact right up to B main and pop. And this is what we were discussing a bit earlier, how sometimes those slow orbs can be too late. It didn't actually stop Timotino from going for that fast blast pack route over towards New Box. And going 1-for-1 is fine if the rest of the 100 Thieves players just all have guns out behind and trade the defenders. The more the 100 Thieves are grouping together, the better the results, actually. They're being able to death ball around and overwhelm the Sentinels' defense.
That's good fights taken.
You've got to try to navigate a double judge in this round, though, from Join and Cortesia.
Yeah, it's going to be tough.
There should be threats all across the place. But if 100 Thieves can win this crucial round, they probably take the map. This one is so important.
The economy is going to be in tatters, really, the Sentinels here. We'll see what they've got up their sleeves.
This guy's dogging through it. We can't. It's a pussy dog.
We have all of mid. We have all of mid. Let's break this swap. Break this swap.
This guy's a pussy dog.
They don't have B main. They don't have B main either. They
I'm
have no
gonna
info.
close. I'm gonna close.
Can we just look to
He
B split?
resmoked B. He resmoked B.
Okay.
Look to B split. Okay, one
Guy
ramp.
just flashed the ray. Saw nothing.
Okay, pump B, go A.
Pump B, go. I agree. I'm gonna open ult on it.
I'm dogging now. Yeah. Room 1.
Get roasted. Chill.
Let's go in, yo. Go in now,
Go,
guys.
go.
Go in. Come here. I need
Run,
spacing.
Jordan. Care
I'm gonna
shotgun.
smoke screens. I'm gonna smoke screens.
Now will judge. 25 seconds. One's cross. I mean,
And that is it. I mean, the silence deafening into the comments. We'll see what Bang can do from a spot like this. Already in himself, 15 seconds left, but a spike. Surely irretrievable. Cryo just steps over it, a snake bite. Just biding his time, 11 seconds left, but tucked tight to the corner, showing a P. Playmaker and difference maker. No more time left to play or even work with for 100 Thieves. It all just goes too wrong.
The big player there, obviously, Cortesia, with that judge in Lambs. In Vents, what am I talking about, Lambs?
Yeah.
We're on the wrong map. We haven't got a bind
You're
yet.
about bind, man.
Yeah, but look at this. The call from 100 Thieves is pump B, go A. The idea being you're going to throw a bit of util, try to draw util out on the B site, you pump faking, and then you head it off in the other direction. But usually...
Top 10 most bullshit rounds of all time.
Yeah.
Well, if you don't clear Vent early, then you are going to run into that kind of stuff.
I mean, it's so common currently to just see judges in play.
Yeah, I mean, even if it wasn't the Viper, it would be the Neon, right? So, I don't know, man. I feel like you've got to use a bit of util earlier on in the round to clear that out because it's such a danger position. Keep mental up, though.
All smiles. Timatino, what a peek. Wow.
It's a nice entry. And that means no wall around the map to have to deal with. Makes things a lot easier for Vora.
Instant reaction over from Sentinels. They're going to re-clear up towards B main. That makes them certain that this is probably going to be landing over towards A. The flash connection, yep. So Jonah P gets the acknowledgement. At least one lurking around there.
They're going to need a big round again here, though, from Cortesia.
Let's see, the 9-4 was being considered. Now going to be using Util, though, to see if they can clear their way up through ramp. 50 seconds. Wall up now to block off one avenue to ensure that they don't get backstabbed in the process. 9-4 now scatters, but Cortesia now is going to do it. Jonah P! Slams the door in their faces, shuts them out of it. Bit of blind spam as well, just hoping for the luck of the draw. And Sentinels regrouping now. Cortesia, he's got help and backup is arrived. Spike drop down, 30 seconds left for 100 Thieves. It's about digging your way out. Redux accounting for the angle. Shots fired, rattling away. Vora claims his kill. 22 seconds left. The Spike still is in just such a difficult spot. Cryo! Dismissed and swept away by Cortesia.
Another incredible round from the guy. 17 of 14.
That's crazy.
Winning every crucial scenario for SEN. I love this orb in main. Haven't seen other teams do it. Maybe SEN are not the first, but it allows Jonah P to put his back to A main because you can't get seen.
Yeah.
It's so tall and it's so like into the sight. He can fully focus on A heaven, manages to catch two. But the star of the round has got to be Cortesia at the end there, being able to pick up both of those headshots from long range on sight.
That's crazy.
Said he needed to come out with a big one, and he delivers. 100 Thieves have maintained the lead throughout this half, but by a nice edge, by the thinnest of margins. And now they only lead by one and are coming in to an eco round. So this is the moment where Sentinels are going to look to try to equalize that 8-4 deficit they started the half with. We spoke about how these comps look defense-sided, and now the shoe is on the other foot.
Yeah,
NBS is trying to figure out how to deal with his own ideas.
Exactly. Coming into fruition, isn't it? Timeout taken. It's the first one for 100 Thieves to see if they can find a way, and that goes to show how pressured they're really feeling. A spot like this, Sentinels got a lot to work with here. It's a pit as well. You can shore up your defense. Not too sure if you'd want to use it on a round like this when you're going up against the eco, but
yeah, probably for the next one on a rifle round. But they're going to completely change their defensive setup here. Running a wall that lets you flood in through heaven. So as the defenders here, you'd be able to run in behind this and get a lot of support in to help Cortesia.
We're holding it down now as well. That snake bite, slight jiggle. 100 Thieves. We've got everybody here geared up. Bucky in Timatino's hands. The movement's got to be cleaned here. Following forwards with that one. Oh! Deleted. Not much Cortesia can do against that. Snake bite. Oh, Redux! He TP'd deep into the corner, unaccounted for, and still chops away two. But Sentinels are the ones at the disadvantage. What is that?
It's a Thrifty that's come out of absolutely nowhere, and Timatino delivers it right into the lap of 100 Thieves.
What is that?
He's up to 20 kills. I can't believe he landed the first Bucky kill, to be honest with you, man.
Ridiculous.
Look at that.
And then I'm not too sure if he's just spamming. I mean, this is crazy.
Well, so Redux is supposed to be TPing here, assuming that the Viper Wall stays up. I mean, he also got hit by the Haunt. Can't believe he got two. And Timatino gets four.
Is that just spam onto the Seekers?
Yeah, he's just spamming the Seekers, and there's two players behind it.
Yeah, okay.
And now Sentinels are the ones on an eco.
Just like that. Breathing room completely negated. Pixel of an angle to work with. Redux just slightly missing that shot, but a fast fight to be taken. Two players blind, but Bang was just anti. Good protocols. 100 Thieves, they had a plan for that.
Yeah, very nice idea. That should be the round there from Timatino that sends 100 Thieves to blind. What does SEN have in their back pocket to throw more chaos into the mix? I mean, because now he's got an ult up. They're one away from the res.
Difficult.
Oh, hello. This is a nice idea. Fake wall.
I
mean, hey, on a Thrifty.
I like it.
Why not?
Yeah. Throw it in because they're already grouping up. 100 Thieves knowing that they want to break this.
It's luring them forwards.
Jerwin. Let's see what that Bucky can do, man.
They are smelling danger.
Holding close, Bucky. That means business here. It's a stun onto himself as well, just to try and bail himself out, but the wall's not broken. Still they clear him out. It's a lot of damage.
Well, it forces the res at least.
It does. Ults have to be expended as a result of it. timeout back into the fight. But hold on. There's already another Bucky waiting right round the corner, trying to play the timing for it, pre-aiming it up to the sky. But already the slow orb has slowed it all the way down. What happened to the bloody rocket? I'm not too sure.
No.
But timeout's just wandering in time. 30 seconds left. Stunted at the bloody doorstep. Sentinels pull off miracles once more.
What an incredible couple of rounds there from the Thrifties.
You're joking.
Because it's not just like random ideas. These are such cool setups. The fake wall with Joan in front of it.
God.
Again, this orb from Cortesia is ridiculous. It lets him get on that angle. It's so difficult for 100 Thieves to get through. And then the slow orb, they're crawling in. What did happen to the showstopper?
I'm not too
I have
sure.
no idea.
No idea.
It disappeared.
Might got put away, not too sure. The slow orb though was perfect on it. Completely stopped the momentum of that push.
Does 100 Thieves have another Thrifty round in the bag? That previous one was a set play.
Cortesia pops the wall up now. You're right. Previous one was a set play. How much more can you really do?
Yeah, how deep is the strat book when it comes to Thrifty ideas on split attack?
Teams are pressuring each other. Perfectly for now. Sentinel still trying to stay in control. 1 HP. That's all he needs. Disengages, and the space is back filled up by Jerwin, holding for it. Stun there just in case. For Sentinels, most assuredly going to be up to even, 11-11.
The team play looks nice too. As they drop back, Jerwin fills the space, makes it very difficult for 100 Thieves. Lots of bait and switch plays. Both teams playing quite well, actually. It feels like the level's increasing rather than decreasing as the series goes on.
Lovely angle.
John shuts him down. And somehow, some way, not in the manner that I expected, we've got to 11-11.
It's just pure craziness. Madness occurring between these two teams.
Well, we've still got 2 to end regulation. This could easily go overtime. I mean, SEN should be favored here. They're on defense side. They've got that Sage, and they've generally been winning in this half.
What? Freaking goal! I cannot curse. That's freaking.
Yeah. It's good that he's thinking about it.
Yeah, yeah.
Timeout taken. Last one now for 100 Thieves. The pressure is on because this is the match. This is the series, essentially. You cannot go out here. They felt like they were in the driving seat. They certainly were for most of this map, at least, thinking perhaps that they could bring it all the way to bind. But for now, Sentinels, like you said, they should be favored. Defense side on the Sage. You have a Viper's Pit to place down too. Simplifies your macro.
But for 100 Thieves, you've got to try to keep the frame of mind. We only really need to win one. Like, 'cause getting to overtime then resets where you get a couple of those defense rounds yourself and you're not constantly fighting uphill. It's a bit more even back and forth between you. But these next two, it's going to be difficult, honestly, for 100 Thieves to go 50-50 in these and even take it to overtime. Much less win them both with what we've been seeing so far. Timatino has been a beast in some of the moments. I mean, the 4K he got on the Thrifty would be a miracle if he could repeat it in a spot like this. Spikes on the opposite side of the map to he and Vora.
Bit of pressure over towards B early. Could be cooking up a bit of a season aid, but Redux will have a TP to get out. In fact, he's just even faking that he has TP, crossing it up, just a boombot early. It does keep them guessing, Timatino will have to clear that. Diligence shown, but over towards A, that's where the goal is for 100 Thieves.
John's continuing to get good value out of this mid wall, though. Nobody's really defaulting to break it.
The flash is good. Gets the connection they were looking for, but there's pressure occurring onto either side of the map. The Sentinels, what do they choose to do? Proactivity.
Yeah, back to a more normal defensive setup from Cortesia, though, as well. So he's not got that Orbit A main that's been getting him so much value. They actually double-layered the Viper Orb and the Sage Wall in mid. And back to B, where you've been faking things the whole round. You've been pulling the defenders to B, and now you're going to end B.
John has a slow. This feels like Sentinel should be more than favored.
As long as they don't overthink it. I mean, they have lost a lot of info around the map now that John QT's wall's gone down.
The wall went down. It's the perfect time for 100 Thieves. Anybody knew how to play around a Sage, it would be them. And now as that smoke dissipates, looking to pop all the way in. Smokes here, forwards, past the wall. Redux, got it all to do and more, but still brought down to his knees. Jerwin, up there and out of there. He's already got his one. 3v3. Retake going to be played for here by SEN. And a safe plant. Not for main here for 100 Thieves. They're going to have to play tucked up onto site here. Wide swing, instant trade. Discipline reigning supreme for Sentinels. Still dicey business, not anticipating the bang could be there. TP adjustment, but covered by VORA. It's 100 Thieves to 12.
That safe pair of hands from the IGL. VORA sends things home. But what an entry too from Timotino. He just had to fly in front of his own team's Sage wall to open things up. Here it is again. Rockets in, deletes John QT, and kind of cascades the opening for his squad here. A very slow approach to this attack half, just waiting out the Sage wall. Thinking, all right, well, if John's going to use it early doors, we'll simply go for very, very late round execs. Do they have another one?
Operator here, sitting in the slow. Damage done, but a kill still claimed.
Almost a collat.
Almost. Bang. There was a heal in the back pocket for Asuna. He'll be able to heal him all the way back up to 100.
Redux has been going for these floating one-ways quite a lot. Nearly spotted a toe there. Got to see it again with a pit in mid. Like he's moving around the map, constantly applying pressure in different areas. It's going to be so hard for 100 Thieves to get through this, but they do seem like they want to challenge it.
Yeah.
They've got double Prowler, a Fade Ultimate.
You have the tools.
If Timotino was alive, they could send it after it, but who's actually going to push off the back of this Fade Util?
If this pick goes down, it means absolutely everything. The highlights reveal it. Trades instant again, 100 Thieves. Pure discipline. So it's finding it. John QT trying to assert himself. The read, the wall. He's walling him up potentially.
What? He's trapped
over. Cryo. Whoa! Execution style. 100 Thieves not finished though. 2v2. Dropping down, flooding in. The blind connects. John QT feeling that squeeze already. What the hell is occurring? Safe plant in order. But for 100 Thieves, it's feeling like it surely. This is it. Jonah P, a 1v2 to keep them in the map. Or will we be going to bind? Positioning accounted for. First one locked on. Bang. Back at the site. Spotted out. The flash. The wraparound. Swinging anti. The Professor. He comes up clean. And that is top bloody marks.
He's going to need to do a class on how to run those sky flashes all the way around Pillar for the clutch. What was this round, man?
This is ridiculous.
John half clears the box, traps Cryo in here, gets the res. Cryo gets the kill with the shorty anyway. John kills him while he's jumping. And the bird goes round the world.
Hear no bell. I hear no bell.
School's in session. Oh my God, we're going OT.
Okay. And that's earned a bit of respite here for Sentinels. A timeout. After they
called.
burnt 2 of them in the first half.
Bro, that's crazy. They're ripping the timeout before we've even played an OT round.
Immediately.
By the way, just for the folks at home, you get more time at the beginning of the OT anyway compared to the normal moments, right?
Yeah.
Because you're like, there's a bit more of a break, a bit more downtime for your team to discuss things, but Ewok wants to talk to them early before, because this was the problem half, right?
The attack side,
yes,
right?
And Sen are about to go back into attack, yeah. So just getting in real early. I think if we can pull some differences aside, 100 Thieves on defense, Asuna was trying to use the walls on the outsides of the map much more. He was looking to lock off A main a ton, and they were also doing this B main protocol on defense where they were throwing, you know, a slow orb or a one-way smoke, the boom bot, these kind of things. And 100 Thieves are putting a premium on B main control. So there are strategic things that Ewok can read into here. But as for what the correct adjustment is, do you dominate mid because that's where the Sage isn't going to be? For the moment, it looks like, again, there was this haunt play over towards A that Sen might have to try to dodge.
It's going to be a fake TP and I think a slow orb into B main. Faking like they're taking control of it.
Both teams playing the Sage macro really well. I'm enjoying it.
It's a delight to watch.
What a map.
Both of these teams are pushing each other to the brink. The Sentinels A chance now earned to see if they can close this one out for 100 Thieves. Just looking to stay alive.
Maybe expecting there that SEN were going to contest them over this space early. But 100 Thieves stay in control of B main. Haunt over the top.
Yeah.
Haunt actually to clear a potential aggressive play from Cortesia. So he popped both of the pieces of his Viper util. Vora went looking for info. And now he's jiggling.
Has the C's ready. Forward with the wall up though, he's going to be using that Prowler, gets the connection, deep TP up towards Ram. This is Redux with a rapid takeover alongside Jerwin. They're sending this one full throttle at that minute mark, wall to cut it up. This is the playbook out of 100 Thieves zone, but Vora up onto the high ground, unaccounted for. Still Redux trying to make the most, but Asana, he's beaming him down in a choke. And Vora still sitting with his back to the wall. Bullet shredding the opposition here. Jonah P barely alive at all, but he's found that window. Adjust the aim once more as trades intact. Asana, Timotino, leave it all to John, leave it all to John. And now in a 1v1.
He has a res when he gets his plant, but I don't know that he's going to be able to play for it.
He's guessing where Timotino is. He doesn't know where he is.
He's got no idea.
Wants to pull him out. And the longer this goes, the worse it gets for him. 20 seconds remaining. He has to commit at some point. Can't rotate. Has to go for it. Another tap on 10 HP. Timotino! He just needed the one bullet, and he made it count.
The fear from John, because Timo could have been in any of those spots, any of those timings. And because he's paranoid about where the defensive raise could be, Timotino just gets all the time in the world to sneak up on him. Easy to say from our point of view, oh yeah, just get the plant down, but yeah, so tough in that 1v1. Pressure onto Sentinels, but we're expecting the defending teams here to have advantages. This OT could go for a while.
It's an off in Jerwin
with the op.
And this is some fake B pressure. They're actually taking this control already. The moments! They meet each other head to head. Comes down to who was able to press that TP faster.
Yeah, and the defenders normally have an advantage in that kind of spot. That's why you saw 100 Thieves go for it in the previous round too. Cortesia is
fuel running out. Repositions though, it's tight timing. Giving them control up towards it. That is just an instinctual play. Shot through the smoke, connects directly to the dome. Vora dropped.
Massive advantage for the defenders here again. In all likelihood, OT continuing, unless 100 Thieves can pull something ridiculous out the bag. Asuna and Timotino are looking for a contact play into Redux.
What a shot! Fade away. Immediately going back to that more passive position, but he's already done the damage, already done the work. At this point, you don't want to give away any unnecessary kills to let 100 Thieves back in. Redux, still got his eye on it. He's been sharp here.
He really has. He's mixed in the discipline with the playmaking very nicely.
Yeah, right when they needed it. Smoke. There's no safety net to play around here. He knows that this is where 100 Thieves are looking to end. Slight gap. Onto that high ground. Drop down. Adjusts his aim in time. And plays in Cortesia. Flawless here for Sentinels. 13-13. We go again.
Switching sides. Overtime.
Another opportunity to think about how the defense is playing this. Little jiggle there as well.
Sidestepping.
Yeah, just throws off Bang's aim a little.
One enemy remaining.
B-main has been such a crucial area at the start of these rounds. Both of the teams not really going for like fast A ramp control at all as a counter.
Sentinels get another chance here on the attack side. Cryo. Whoa, almost punished immediately. It's good spam. Heal was ready though. So is the slow wall waiting. Bit of a crossfire setup here, Cortesia. Just looking to piece out where the Sage Wall could be in a TP. No way, 100 Thieves, they're going for it! Just a swing into it. Cortesia not ready for that kind of aggression with the Utah behind it. But a snakebite does the job, softens up Jerwin. He meets his match for 100 Thieves. Massive advantages once more to them.
Yeah, SEN felt like they had to try to force a play there when they had the timing. Can't let 100 Thieves just sit pretty 5v4.
Look how difficult this is. I mean, Redux, he has to break this wall, but it's a deadly job.
Yeah, it's still on the outside of the map. Asuna's been going for that more often, but this a mid-round timing, I think is even harder to get through, rather than ripping it at the start of the round.
Call is made to potentially split into B.
Another 3v5 for the attackers, though. It's so tough.
Yeah. It's almost impossible here. Bang's position is just filthy. Sat back into the box. Going to be able to catch their contact. Look at this.
30 seconds
Devious angle.
It's quite nice from Sen, though.
Yeah, it does give a lot of space up towards heaven, but Cryo accounts for it, already filling up the gaps. Redux forwards. Cryo's just taking over. The Redux, it's all in his hands, but an impossible spot, isn't it? The spike, irretrievable.
There's a Viper's Pit on top of the spike with 10 seconds left.
Good luck.
There's never been a less winnable round in the history of Valorant there. Which team is going to be able to get over the line with an attack round? I mean, that's what's going to do it at this point, surely.
That's the question.
Cryo nearly got punished at the very beginning and gets the heal, recovers. Ends up shutting all of this down.
That's real clean.
Now, Bang went for the teleport in B main previously. They're not going to expect him to do it again.
No, surely not. I mean,
surely
listen,
not.
There's mind games when it gets this late into OT.
Sure.
The little elements, both Omens trying to read each other, get to grips of it, and Bang just goes for it again. Yeah. Like you said, don't expect it twice in a row.
No, exactly. It's important sometimes as a pro player to have a short memory. You just ignore the conditioning that they've done.
Yeah. Smoke propped up. Signals that Jerwin's going to be receiving a bit of action soon enough here. He's got the wall. Bail him out for a second, couple of shots. Bit of a handshake here with the lead, but Boombot broken. Horn sidestepped. Mid control is theirs for 100 Thieves. Looking to take it one step further forwards. That wall. Unusual place for it, but still walked all the way up. They've got a wall of their own, haven't they? They're thinking about it.
I mean, that would be a crazy play to go for in OT.
They've done it before. I think they're thinking about it.
Oh, I'd love to see it.
Contacted up. Be a prime spot to do it. Yeah, I'm telling you, I can read their minds.
Oh, the paranoia play as well? No, they're just going for it.
Wall up. Jerwin hears it though. Knows that they're up and over towards that. The stun claims the lives of two, potentially no. Sidestep, but still a kill is theirs. Redux, blinded, has to get out of dodge, and what an audacious TP. Bang immediately shut down, and a follow through. Timotino sat back down to that spectator seat. In all likelihood, we will be going once more. Another round here of OT, unless we see a miracle round. Cryo, Asuna here together. Swiftly dealt with though by Jerwin, 14-14.
You can tell it's an overtime game because people are coming up with ideas on ideas, you know, throwing the same looks at people, anticipating that the punish won't be there. I'm referring to the B main play. And then going for the Sage Wall over the Sage Wall, something you haven't seen at all in regulation, as far as I can remember anyway. But definitely a tool in the Sage v Sage matchup. You gotta get funky to win an attack round right now because these teams are looking clinical on defense.
Going blow for blow. Just comes down to who can win that attack side round. Sentinels. They're the team up.
Aggressive TP from Redux this time.
Yep.
Cortesia got double-faced by Timotino and Vora in the previous attack round for Sentinels. So this time he's called for reinforcements. Jerwin's here.
Sentinels conditioned from that deep push from 100 Thieves. One of the defensive rounds that they ended up opting in. They're just holding for now, but are looking to see if they can get a bit more space. The slow up does make it difficult. Trailblazer doesn't actually clear as much as they were hoping. Big flash on top of it. That sidestep as well, I believe. No acknowledgement. That's pocket, a window of opportunity. Vora! Cleaned up. Decapitated. What's the answer now? 100 Thieves, double up, group up, and they do take the fight together.
But do they think about Jerwin? Did they spot him?
Boombot sails straight past.
No way! What a lineup!
What is that? Hits the corner, spoils the surprise. Jerwin was hoping that would be unaccounted for, and Jonah P just needs a pocket to play in. The call is made. Make your way over towards A. No more time to really think about this spot. 35 seconds remaining. Jerwin might have A main control here, but the anchor players on 100 Thieves.
Best time for an attack team in a round.
And they're going to see if they can actually convert this one here. Forwards to the paranoia! Timotino just steps into it. Still forwards, Cryo is there. Holds them back. And for Sentinels, it's going to take brute force, going to take much more already. They're just being chopped to pieces. Time against them. An opportunity, but the movement just clean enough here. Asuna spinning and twirling in the air. Takes the time perfectly to fight.
Sen had an opportunity there, 4v4, and they'd isolated two anchor players on A. That was the best chance that an attack side team has had the whole of OT. But they couldn't convert. 100 Thieves still strong, still getting good value out of their anchors. And I like that they've made this decision to go and fight aggressively into the A lurk. Cryo's just so comfortable in spots like that.
Yeah. It's cold.
Yeah. This 100 Thieves squad have got two really good anchor players in Cryo and Bang. When they play, you know, bunker compositions like
roles
this.
where they can just react to what's happening.
Yeah. The comps like this just suit them so much.
We see if SEN can keep it going once more on the defense side. Again, these teams have had struggles on the attack.
It's 100 Thieves always getting up to map point, though, because they start first on defense.
Yeah.
More pressure for SEN.
Gotta clear it out of your minds.
Blinded.
Flash. Acknowledgement there. Nice and early, but that B main control is theirs for 100 Thieves, and they might look to just pop it straight into this. Prowler, looking to see if they can pull some util out. This isn't a hard committal by any means.
They might be looking to draw the wall out of John as well.
Yeah, counting one stage slow. There's the wall. Immediately broken. He played well by 100 Thieves.
Yeah, I like this defaulting, but the question is now, where do you end? You've drawn out the utility, you've given yourself an advantage, but you don't have mid control, and you don't have A ramp. So are you just going to go back into a B pop, even though you've pulled the defenders here?
Yeah, apparently. Both teams are wondering what's happening with mid because they both left it vacant.
Yeah. I mean, I like the defaulting so far, but I'd like to see them not end with just this B exec. We'll see if they can make it work.
The high smoke just drops down, gives that window of opportunity and a bit of spam. Well, that could be paying dividends. The Haunt just goes too close, but a wall up to high-low setup just on the fly. Forwards again, these C's is going to be missing, going wide. Jerwin, aim trained on that high ground. Like a hawk, he's just going to be watching for the fight to come to him. And now on the Jun QT!
Down B.
Saves them right when they needed it.
15-15. Nobody can find an attack round here. No ults coming online in overtime. You just gotta win these rounds. You gotta find some way of creating advantages for yourself. And it's so tough.
How do you do it?
I mean, even there with the B pop.
Yeah.
You know, they're trying something different. Trying to overwhelm the B side players who will be trying to anchor in those positions. Flood out all at once. The death ball that was working for 100 Thieves occasionally on attack. We go again.
Adjustments on adjustments. And the tension is sky high.
Same kind of thing over here towards A ramp. These two holding hands. They went aggressive in the previous round.
Find you.
This seems to be where Sentinels are putting the priority in terms of their strategy. The adjustments are, can we make something happen with an A ramp lurk?
Spam. Dangerous work. Move up, slow walk. Skipped past for now, bit of anti-synergy, but it does clear the way into vents. Minute mark, now drifting down. Sentinels, they hit a wall.
Yeah, the wall over deep in B heaven. You have to commit quite a lot into B heaven in order to break that, and that means you're going to be slower on this A split, if indeed that's even where you're going. I mean, the spike at the moment is just sat in ramen. SEN are still figuring out where they want to end.
I mean, they can hop up over this wall too if they wanted to. Place a little bit further back, but I believe that angle watch for it's accounted for. Bang. Holding, expecting that to be the play.
Jerwin's going to go and pick up the spike.
Gotta get it now. 30 seconds remaining. It looks like the players.
They're going to try to hit the timing as the wall goes down.
Expires. Yeah, hoping that it is the weaker side. And they will be correct in that.
Nice call.
Once more, it is made. John, sort of wall primed. He's up towards the top. I think they just spotted it out, but there's a flash into the face. Dropping down, Jonah P. Matters not, but only 14 seconds left. Gotta get a move on. Gotta clear these players out of dodge. Sentinels barely in there. Plan starting to go down. And nade rebounds. And it's down. Jerwin, who'll pay for it with his life, but that might be exactly the play they needed. For Sentinels to break this stalemate, to get an attack side round, it will mean absolutely everything. And the post plan played for a high-low here, waiting for it. Timatino, see if he can bait it out. A few shots rattling out. Leads his one, but already he's just taking bullets to the dome, straight through the wall, straight through the box. Cryo right there, blinded up toe, and he's gonna be finished. Cortezia holding, and patience pays off. The attack side round, the ones to break it first. It's all Sentinels.
It's their first time in overtime getting up to that match point. And they're favored to convert it. Everyone's been winning the defense rounds up until this point. And I'll tell you what, Brent, even with perfect calling from John QT, This round was 1 second away with German's plan from all going awry.
Yeah.
They had to, because they had to wait out the wall for so long.
If it was 1 second delayed, there was no more time to plant.
No, not at all. So it shows you how difficult these rounds are going to be. And the pressure on 100 Thieves right now is immense. I don't think it's unreasonable to say they came into this game as the favorites. Maybe not heavy favorites. We don't know what this new SEN with German was going to look like. But with what 100 Thieves have done in kickoff, the expectations for this team as a dark horse to maybe make some kind of run, to finish up towards middle to top of the group, this would be a big blow and a great win for SEN to put on the board.
It really would. I mean, like we said at the beginning, they're already sitting at 0-1 as a result of circumstances. It was out of their hands, right?
Yeah.
Having to play with subs, and there was other issues at hand. We won't go into it, but for them to get a win here would mean everything. It would be going level into the group. It means, I mean, really does mean everything for your playoff odds.
It absolutely
It's crazy
does.
to say at this point. We're only in week 2, but
no, it's super important, especially when you're competing against a team that's in a similar position to you. Those are the games that matter the most in this format.
As you get to week 5, and suddenly the head-to-head matters. If you're 1 versus 100 Thieves.
But we don't want to get ahead of ourselves here. 100 Thieves have pulled out some miraculous moments when they've been under pressure in this map.
We'll see if they can do it again. Will we go another round, or will it all be SEN? Jerwin, defense side with the operator up on top of the wall. Orb's being vacuumed up, and they're going to leave Jerwin as that insert.
Yeah, it's a little bit similar to the thrifty round idea that they had, where they put him with a Bucky in front of it. If Cryo goes to try to break this, he's got a nasty surprise.
Cryo just barely. The elbow spotted out, and a shot rings out, so they know. Surprise is spoiled. Jerwin has that up. Oh, the defense side operator.
He's still got an angle over the top of it, so it's not like you can assume just because he's dropped off the wall that this is safe. What incredible awareness from Cryo, though, to be jiggle peeking that particular angle with his elbow.
Knowing what's up.
When this wall breaks, because John committed it so early, there's still 50 seconds for 100 Thieves to play with.
Faking the B-pop. Again, trying to pull out the util. Waited out, though, for now. Both of these teams stewing in a spot like this. All of Heaven given up here to seize an nade in through the back. Redux has been playing there, but he would have had the TP to get out anyway. Still, they maintain composure, control over towards B. Heaven control here for 100 Thieves. The mad wraparound is going to be a sprint to try and get to the rest of the pack here, and all the pressure onto these anchoring players. John QT, Jonah P. What can they do? Can they push this back? Can they stave it away? Cryo just deletes him. Jonah P on Jerwin trying to answer back, but pushed back all the way. 100 Thieves get themselves into the post-plant situation. Planet for Heaven, but no control of ramp, no control at all. The positioning, not ideal for 100 Thieves. I mean, could give SEN a win.
I don't know. Timotino and Vora have actually got a wraparound to Heaven if they wanted to play for it.
Wall up. Potentially looking for the cross. The operator not ideal as well. The weapon at hand, dropping it down, clearing the way. These players tuck tight. Triangle crossfire set up here. Bang! Instantly at that. Just takes over, shuts it down and away. We will go again.
Incredible response from 100 Thieves. The best round that Vora's called on attack in this map, in my opinion. Really beautiful stuff. Knowing that John uses earlier walls than Asuna on defense side, you just wait it out, still have 50 seconds to play with, and crucially, a really underlooked element of that, they pump faked the fake on B. So it felt more real because they didn't hard commit to it, and the defenders couldn't figure out whether it was real, whether it was a fake, whether they'd cancelled the hit and everyone was still bundled around B main. Beautiful stuff, and we're back to 16-16.
It is taking the best out of these teams, out of the calling to see if they can find a way forwards. Slight gap in the wall, Asuna. It's given a window to play within. Chooses to back away now. Very similar ideas, in fact, from both teams. Look at Timotino, he's also got the op up there.
Yeah, layers on layers, though.
And SEN are anticipating a proactive push. There's 4 of them waiting.
I don't feel like I've seen Vora play so aggressively in B main on defense. He's hoping that Redux maybe takes that contact.
Oh my God, Azir! The jiggle not enough to bait a shot out. It's Timotino who holds his cool. Redux forwards! Tries to take matters into his own hands, but dealt with. Blinds to push them back. 3 players now from SEN. At this point, Had a Helgid chew through it. The wall immediately broken. Bang. Down towards that hell position. It's an instant trade, but trade's not quite good enough. You need more than that. Sentinel still at that disadvantage.
I don't know
position to plant.
Are they even going to think about Vora in B main?
I'm not too sure. Surely. You didn't have players in that position. It's a wide face just in case it were being held, but Vora just holds onto the space. He knows that that's how you play for the win cons in a spot like this. And caught on the cross. German looking to clear, leaves it all up to John. He's not going to get any more easy ones here. This is 100 Thieves playing with all that discipline. Instant peak. Cryo with 3. And 100 Thieves take back that lead.
They run the exact same idea that Sentinels had just run on the defense side. And Cortesia, not quite as cautious as Cryo was, threw in a little bit of a jiggle, just didn't bait out the shot, ended up walking into it. Redux, as soon as they're down 4v5, Redux is making a play every time. And I love the proactivity from him, but he couldn't quite finish the rest of his meal. He TP'd into B Heaven, caught a player in the middle of a reload, but couldn't quite get the kill.
Risks at the right times, but not quite paying off.
100 Thieves have had so many chances to close this map, but it's all been on the attack side.
Yeah. We see if they can do it again.
At some point, surely.
One of these teams has got to give
Bring them down.
pressure on, this time mid-control, aim at a game. It's an area that hasn't been watched for! Jerwin dropped. Instant wall going to be used. A player advantage situation, 100 Thieves. They cut noise, look to stew here. Trailblazer needs to be broken. Rapid plays on plays, Cortesia. It's a risky one at that. Prowler spots him, he needs a kill, and he needs them now! Jonah P and Cortesia have surely done enough! Absolutely unreal! The chairs go on walkabouts.
That's a mad round, an absolutely mad round. I don't like the positioning, but I don't care. It doesn't matter.
At this point,
he is so
out the window, man.
No, absolutely. I mean, you can tell it's an overtime game because players are making decisions like this. They go for the high-low, though. Real great adaptation from Jonah P to go and support Cortesia there.
That's unreal.
They were trying to get an aggressive crunch onto Cryo, and then you could just hear the troops. Speaking of which, look at this.
Here we go.
A fast play from Sen.
Trying to pop in. It's a Sage slow. Immediately lay it down. Asuna looking to see if he can lay down a few more bullets while he's at it.
I mean, none of these teams have really been trying to throw in fast pops because how could you?
No, Nade rebounding as well. Timatina looking to clear the way. Spots out 2 players there with that jump spot. That's going to be calling for reinforcement. Asuna claims a kill. Sentinels look to slow this down.
The wall is blocking off the A choke point. Redux again putting himself in position to be the playmaker. Wanted to try to take a fight into A Heaven, but he doubles up with Jonah P. And there could be a potential clash in mid too. No, Vora backs off from it.
It's 100 Thieves. They overextend themselves. They got 3 players anchoring over towards A. Spawn area just being watched by Timatina.
I mean, at some point here, things are going to go so long that the attacking IGLs are going to start calling crazy stuff like contacting into spawn.
Yeah.
You know, there's going to be some ridiculous rounds coming up if this keeps going.
Already, if you're just trying to spot out, create pressure over towards the B side of the map to make the A side weaker, can't really do that with just a Sage and a Viper.
When you're 4v5 and you're on the attack side, are you going to take risks?
Scout destroyed.
Cortesia is going to try and make the most of that. Bit of spam into the corner, see if he can keep these players locked in check.
He's
breaking records here.
Oh
my. Sneaking past Asuna. Dropped. 12 seconds though, and they're going to do a cryo. Trade is there. Plant. Potential for it. The wall is slapdash. Cortesia. It decapitates Timatino now, and the cross is already accounted for. It's all him and more. 3 kills. Pit dropped down. Trying to buy a bit of that space, but bang. Spamming away. Pockets to play in a DTP. Leaving them questioning what's going on. 9 bullets left, can't commit to it, and Redux watches the angle. It's up to 18. He takes a stand. You might as well take a bow as well, because we were just about to mention it. He is breaking records. The most kills in one map in stage 1.
Well, yeah, I mean, it's an 18-17 game that
expect it.
Maybe shows no signs of stopping, but these final 2 rounds have been on him, right? They have actually been in really difficult situations, Sentinels, and he has come out with big plays when required.
Yeah.
And it's another opportunity for SEN to close things on defense. Last time they got into this position, 100 Thieves responded with a beautiful kind of double pump fake. Vora called a brilliant round to get 100 Thieves back in it with their backs against the wall.
IGL has pressed to the limits and now it stands on Vora's shoulders. What can you do? How do you bail yourself out? Shots fired. Cortesia lucky to be alive. Barely limping away from that engagement. The Haunt doesn't quite clear all the way, but Thieves happy to take the space regardless.
Joan getting posted on this deep line. Yeah, but the more that they give up space in A heaven, Cortesia's got to stay in that area, because otherwise, in theory, somebody could be walking behind Joan.
Backstabbing.
I think Joan's going to take the fight from the front, though.
He's ahead of the wall. Comes out of the reactions once more. 100 Thieves have had a level of awareness to bait out the shots. The Prowler, it's going to make things difficult. Paranoia on top of it. Neon, you got the movement there to really get the hell out of dodge, but up towards ramp now. Cortesia, snake bite. Primes and let loose now. They realize they've lost control of this one, and this collapse from 100 Thieves is being cooked up beautifully. Trailblazer might have just spotted out two of them. Nade rebounds, only 38 seconds left. And this looks like very much an all-in. 100 Thieves, what options do you have? Moving forwards, and this is getting crazy now. Up towards heaven, Cortesia spotted, guns out, spam into the corner, but this is Asuna being claimed. Regardless, Jerwin finds it. Jonah P meets them all. Head-to-head, face-to-face, Timatino finished entirely. It's SEN City reigning supreme. And what a match!
It's Joan to find the final kill again on both maps. But Cortesia, to me, man, he is the guy that finally breaks that overtime.
Yeah.